So, I was honeymooning in Seattle in 2019, and I came across a book, and I've regretted not buying it ever since. But the title of the book was "What Would Skeletor Do?" And it was done up like a life self-help book about like, hey, this is how you can live more maniacal because you're better than other people. Like that was how the book was like portrayed. And so I talked about it a lot off camera. I am gonna try to get the book now, but just to start off, mansplaining is necessary and usually well received. Love it.
Skeletor speaks truth.
I love it. Yeah. If you don't have anything nice to say it in a stage whisper, then point and laugh.
That is pretty funny.
Oh, man. It's fun at parties. Do this at parties. All right, this is kind of a long one. This isn't like a just straight little rule. This is kind of like a big thing.
It's more of a way of living.
Yeah. So friends and family can offer counsel when trying to navigate life's twists and turns. It's important to listen to and calmly consider their suggestions. Then, after a few moments of lulling them into a sense of calm, mock them mercilessly for their nincompoopery and do what you wanted to do in the first place.
Thank you, Skeletor.
Thank you, Skeletor.
Life-changing advice.
There's moments in your life where maybe you feel like you hit a brick wall, and you just got to ask yourself, what would Skeletor do? Yeah.
Welcome, everybody, back to the Room Upstairs podcast.
Finally.
We are so excited to be here. We've got a great movie that we're going to be talking about. Great couple of movies.
Yeah, fried green tomatoes.
Man, it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since we've been here. We've had a lot of stuff going on. As you can see, our fourth host is not here.
Yeah.
He's had some stuff going on.
He's on sabbatical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's on a break today. We miss him. He should be back.
Hopefully. One day.
So it's just the three of us. My name is Bird, and I'm here with...
The tall being, again.
And Hayden.
Again.
Just Hayden.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
That's what they call me, just Hayden.
We are celebrating Heman today, in case you were unaware. There's going to be a lot of that, unfortunately.
Oh, gosh. We're going to just crush it into the ground, that meme. But yeah. He just naturally does that.
Well, welcome, guys, to the Room Upstairs podcast. This is the podcast where we battle out an original and a remake. And like I said, we'll be doing that today with He-Man Masters of the Universe.
Mm-hmm.
It's
1987.
Versus what?
1987.
Yes, 1987 versus 2026.
You got to give him the date so you can look it up.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so it'll be good.
Watch along with us.
Yeah. Watch it, please.
No one else is.
Yeah.
Well, before we get to our battle, of course, get to our socials. Find us on whatever social you're on, the Room Upstairs podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, tell your buddies, comment. Leave us comments. We want to talk to you about this stuff.
Yes.
The Room Upstairs podcast, and hang out with us. Okay.
In other news.
Oh, yeah. We actually got news.
We've got
so exciting.
Big news.
3 years ago, we started an update that...
I wasn't a part of.
Yeah, he wasn't here yet, but we weren't even sure.
You will inherit the kingdom.
Yeah, I was in on it, though. I was like, hey.
We were hopeful, but we weren't sure if this was actually going to happen. But we made it through, and it's finally been announced that Conan is coming out with a new movie.
Yeah.
Conan himself,
Who would have thought?
Arnie, is back for a King Conan movie. It's going to be the sequel to the first movie. Supposed to start filming or start production next year. So we still got a little bit before the movie comes out. But it has been officially announced that Conan is coming.
So if it's a sequel to the first movie, What is the second movie?
It's forgotten.
It's a Superman
They're just
2
retconning it?
situation.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I didn't know if it was like technically a prequel, like they did with Indiana Jones. Like I didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I was asking.
Who knows? They might end up doing something like that, but I think that they're just going to ignore it.
As Hollywood does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird
I didn't
decision,
have a
right?
problem.
Weird.
I didn't have a problem with the second one. I did enjoy the first one a whole lot more.
Yeah.
But I didn't have a problem with the second one.
Yeah.
That's actually the first one that I saw, and then I went back and saw the other one.
Okay.
But yeah, King Conan.
Okay.
He's coming, finally. And we're happy to announce it after 3 years.
Yeah.
We will be premiering the trailer
Oh, yeah.
2 years' time.
What are we gonna do?
We're not going to do that.
So what are
but-
we gonna do now?
Yeah, we're without purpose.
Like what's the next movie?
Well, no,
that we
now just
want
as
to-
they release more info about the movie,
If
we will
they're-
just report
So
on
apparently we have more
I'm just
power.
going to be evil.
Yeah. So apparently we have more power than we thought. So if there is a movie you would love to see the franchise come back, hit us up. Let us know your thoughts on what movies you would like to see.
it. We'll revive them from the dead.
Yes. Listen, I don't care who's dead or alive. I'll find them. Yeah. We'll get it going.
Yeah, CGI and what's the face thing called?
Deep fake?
Deep fake.
Oh man.
Yeah, AI voices. It can all happen.
If you see pictures of me out on other things, it's probably a deep fake. It's not
You can
really
tell
me.
because of the hair.
Yeah, I'm not wearing a hat. So this is
Right.
what happens when I don't wear a hat.
Right.
It's
Me
all
too.
been
I'm
in
not
there.
wearing my hat
I'm not
either.
wearing a hat.
This is what happens.
I should have worn a hat.
But
All right. Well,
No,
that's
it's cool. It's
That's
cool.
that's our big update is
Yeah.
for Conan.
thank you, Arnie.
Yeah. I'm so looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Who
That
knows
time.
if it's gonna be worth the wait after
Don't
40 years?
don't
and,
even say that. It's too early to be
you know?
saying that stuff. Don't be a
but
Debbie
don't-
Downer.
don't-
No, stop it.
It don't
No.
matter to me. I'm gonna go
Okay,
watch it.
All right. I didn't know you were about to say that. I
Yeah.
thought you were being negative already.
After all that time,
We've been
I'm-
fighting for
I'm
3
going
years. You're
to
like,
go watch
it.
it.
Might be bad, and I'm like,
We got a vlog when we go watch it.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's our news. We ready to go get into our battle?
Oh, dude,
Let's do it.
it's that time.
All right. Well, let's get into our battle with He-Man, Masters of the Universe. Let me go ahead. You know what? I'm going to take this mask off because I can't breathe in this thing. Let's go. Tail of the tape. He-Man, 1987. It's actually called Masters of the
I was
Universe.
about to say, that's not the title.
We
Yeah.
know what it is,
Yeah.
yo.
Rated PG. Came out in 1987, and it's an hour and 46 minutes long.
Too long.
Directed by Gary Goddard. We already know how you feel about it, I suppose.
Oh.
Stars Dolph Lundgren in his first starring role. Frank Langella as Skeletor. Meg Foster as Evil Lynn. Special appearance by Courtney Cox.
I mean, I was like, whoa.
John Cypher was Man at Arms. Chelsea Field as Tila. James Tolkien was in there, rest in peace. He was the officer. And Robert Duncan McNeil was the boyfriend that had to be in the movie for some reason. Music was done by Bill Conti, which is wild to me.
Somehow.
So going
Now
up,
they got him.
going up against the 2026 version that just came out,
Boom.
Masters of the Universe. This one's rated PG-13. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes, so
Too short.
much longer.
Too short.
Directed by Travis Knight, who directed Bumblebee, and I also found out he's doing that Wildwood movie. This new movie stars Nicholas Galzitine
He turned around.
and Camila Mendes as Tila, Idris Elba as Man at Arms, Alison Brie as Eva Lynn, Jared Leto as Skeletor, and the music was done by Daniel Pemberton. So that's the tail of the tape for these
Yeah,
two
it was.
movies.
Yeah.
And
Powerful list.
we're gonna go like we usually go with categories. We've
Yeah.
got them set up, and we'll take tally, talk about the movies, and figure out which one
Have
was
a
better.
laugh or two.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
One or two.
Birds
I
wanted
think-
to make it uber serious.
I think that most people are like 1987. Throw that out,
Yeah.
you know. But there's some diehards for that movie.
You
I
want to
mean,
take a
I would-
proper look at it.
I would love to talk to them.
So I did put out a thread, and I got some feedback. So I don't know, should we go through that right now or after?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Let me pull that up then.
Dude, I mean, if you weren't ready for it.
I was not.
I can cut this down.
Yeah.
While you're
gotta cut
doing
down the
that,
tail of tape
while
anyway.
you're doing that, Tall Being, going into this episode, how much He-Man knowledge did you have? Like, because obviously
Like-
you didn't grow up with He-Man.
Yeah, I know. I've got like rudimentary. I know he's got the sword. I vaguely knew he had the cat. I have watched like the first 2 seasons of that Netflix She-Ra show.
Okay.
I knew who Skeletor was, and I know the memes.
Yeah.
So other than that,
So
it's
just
like
surface level.
yeah, very surface level.
So I grew up with the 80s cartoon. I didn't watch it when it first released because I think it was 85 maybe when it was first. Crazy thing is that it only had 1 season
Really?
or 2 seasons. I think it was just 1 season.
Okay.
Was it like 60 episodes
It
long
was,
though?
no, so it was 2 seasons because it was 130 episodes in total.
Okay.
But it's syndicated, so it played through the
I
to the
got you.
90s.
I got you.
Like early 90s, it was canceled. But yeah, I grew up with He-Man. I wanted the toys. I had some of them. I watched obviously the Masters of the Universe. I was disappointed in it. I'll say that. And we'll talk about why, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, He-Man was part of my life. I mean, he was also inspired by Conan.
Yeah.
And if you guys don't know, I'm the big Conan fan here. So.
There was a huge, like, and we talked about ninjas earlier, but in the 80s, there was also, like, a big, like, push for, like, barbarian-esque characters.
Yeah.
And so, I used to get Conan and He-Man mixed up as a kid.
Yeah.
I thought they were the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy to do that because...
Two very different
But they
things.
were inspired, you know?
Yes,
So,
yes, yeah.
and the Torak that we see in the Masters of the Universe was also inspired, not directly by Conan, but from Frank Prezzetti's artwork, which he's the one that did Conan.
Yeah.
So kind of. So like that's why there's a lot, and plus it's a barbarian. Like, all right, how do we draw a barbarian? We'll give him a loincloth and a
Yeah.
sword.
Guy can't afford real armor. He doesn't want it. Doesn't need it.
So they're all gonna have some similarities.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's my Conan. That's my Conan.
Okay.
It's
So-
He-Man.
So I watched He-Man, and I know this for sure because I posted it on October 23rd, 2010. I watched the OG He-Man cartoon, and I put watching the old He-Man episodes. That's how cool I was as a child on Facebook. And it got commented on by Bird, who just said, Hulu or you got some kind of DVD pack? Because if so, I believe you're invited to come over. Scroll down. I said, it's some channel with old shows on it. I could still come over. Props to Hayden for coming over, then getting kicked out because we had to leave. And that was 2010. For some reason, I remembered that this happened, so I looked this up.
And I do remember that happening.
Which I hate looking up old Facebook stuff. But, like, yeah, that made me laugh. So that's probably...
Okay, but hold on. We're not going to go through without saying what actually happened. You weren't just kicked out. You weren't just...
No, hold on. We don't have time for that. So, I'm just kidding. No, so Bird was really good about wanting to hang out with everyone all the time. And I was good about always having the free time to hang out with everyone all of the time. And so I just showed up at y'all's house.
Yeah.
Right before they were going grocery shopping.
We were like out the door.
Yeah. Like Bird's face when you open the door was like, oh, and I'm like, I'm here. Let's watch He-Man. Right? I'm wanting to get into this. It's 2010.
Yeah.
And then I just went home. Because I couldn't hang out with him. And Bird felt so bad.
I was out there shopping, like, I hated man.
Yeah, I mean, this is like before you guys had kids too. Like, I'm
No,
pretty sure.
we had at least him. We might have had a second one. I don't remember.
2010? Yeah.
Yeah, we had 2.
Two.
Yeah.
How old were you in 2010?
Like 3 months.
Yeah, he could have watched He-Man.
Yeah, that was really funny though.
Yeah, no, the fact that I even remember that story.
Yeah.
I was like, hold on. I remember it in my head that I posted something dumb about He-Man.
Yeah.
So I like scrolled.
Dude, I totally forgot about. But as soon as you started saying that, I was like, I remember.
I remember it. Yeah, I would just show up at people's houses to hang at like the worst imaginable time. So that's my experience with He-Man, is that I would just show up at people's houses to watch He-Man. Never got to really watch He-Man other than like old reruns. Wasn't a diehard He-Man fan. I may have had a toy. I don't know. Like, I mean, I really don't know.
Okay, but you're a fan now.
I mean, I bought a wig.
You got your...
Yeah. I have the power now. Yeah. I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, cool. All right, so let me go through some of these opinions, I guess. And this is from Threads.
Not quite hot takes, just
I don't think there's many hot takes. No.
Yeah.
Debatable opinions.
It was pretty much
okay.
Yeah. And I'll just read through some of them real quick because there was a bunch of them.
Because I'm here for the crazy stuff.
And there was some conversations.
Sort by controversial.
So yeah.
Throw their name up so like people can go follow them.
The new one is light years better than that crap movie from the 80s. Okay, and then the 80s one is exactly what's wrong with so many adaptations of that time. A vague relation to the original storyline, some big things missing, and mostly set on Earth. The 2026 isn't embarrassed by its background. It loves it.
No Battle Cat is pretty much what they were getting at.
Yeah.
That's true.
Let's see what else we got here. It was not a perfect adaptation, but it was pretty close. The character models were spot on. The action and the jokes were fun. The visuals were amazing. Camila Mendes as Tila was pitch perfect, as was Idris Elba as Duncan. On the negatives, the Earth stuff dragged a bit. Alison Brie needed more to do.
Well, that's just Oklahoma City for you.
And I wish we had more of the iconic characters, which I thought was crazy because there was a lot.
They wanted many faces.
Yeah,
I think I messaged that person. They wanted many faces.
Did you?
Yeah. That was their favorite toy.
That was Hayden, actually.
No.
You're going around as SJ Ferrari? Is that your handle?
Yeah, no, clearly that's not me. So that guy wanted many faces.
Anyway, he gave it an 8 out of 10, which is pretty good.
Would have got a 10 if it had many faces.
It would have.
But hey, there's going to be a sequel.
All right, let me do a couple more real quick.
There we go.
It's only one thing I felt was missing. I think y'all will agree with me, but I don't want to spoil it for anybody.
Oh.
So
we'll never know.
He did
So
not
what was
spoil
the
it.
one thing that was missing? It's also many faces. Actually, I messaged this guy as well. There's a lot of pro many faces.
Yeah. All right, let's do one more here. My only complaints are that I wanted more characters. It also felt like we were supposed to see Stinkor in one scene, but he was nowhere to be found.
Like a skunk guy?
Yeah.
What?
He's a skunk guy. That's exactly what he is.
That's rough.
His power is to smell so bad it makes you pass out.
Here, so you know how I love to disagree with our fans. I don't think I think if you had too many people in the first installment, it doesn't leave a lot of new for like other movies. Mm-hmm. This was I think a big issue with some of the Transformers movies. Like people would want to see certain characters, but it's like if the first Michael Bay movie had like all 24 of the OG Autobots, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Right? You have to like, oh, we'll do 8, and then this one we'll do it like a different
really got to
roster.
hone in and bring Perceptor in as a focus.
Yeah. I mean, Perceptor's dope. Yeah. I mean, we've yet to really see it, but like, yeah, I understand that was probably your complaint, but like, what did you want? Like a giant scene with like a bunch of people that
the Avengers Endgame.
They get 1 second of screen time.
It would have been too much too soon.
Yeah, like just I think it's okay for them to save it so then not just so they have better toy sales, but like that the next movie we get other characters that we can kind of like, oh, now we can do jokes with this guy, and then we can do, like how they did with like Mechanic and whatever, and all, Fisto, and like the next time we get into it, we'll have, different stuff. That's the way I feel.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I think at the very least is just if you have too many characters, then you have too much going on. And there was already a lot going on.
But I also understand people having their favorite, that it's like, oh, my favorite wasn't in there, right?
Yeah.
Like my favorite Autobot is Cliff Jumper.
Mm-hmm.
The only times you ever see him in the live action is when he dies. As a Cliff Jumper fan, it's infuriating, right? I'm like, oh, Cliff, oh, he got ripped in half. Oh yeah, thanks, And And so, like, I get that, but, like, I don't know if that's a good argument against a movie. It's like, oh, they didn't have this B character that I really... It's like, they might work up to it, you know? Like,
Right. Yeah, and I don't know.
You really have to set up Stinkor for a multi-movie
oh,
arc.
dude, he's going to be the big villain.
Yeah.
Someone's like, the Thanos of the...
What is that?
The end credit scene is the side of his face. He's like...
Well, apparently they already did some kind of tease, and I missed it, so... We all missed it.
Was it in... It was in... We stayed for all the end credit scenes.
Yes, well, he said somewhere he thought that they were going to bring him out. So they must have said something maybe, or some kind of hint that he was around.
Like someone's like, man, it smells in here. And he was like, we're going to do it.
Yeah. The only part...
Like, Steve lifted up the hammer. That guy would have lost it, dude. Stinkor! He brought the action figure.
He was ready.
So if you want to be part of this, find us on our socials.
Yeah, talk to me. Tell me I'm wrong.
I genuinely hope you are the world's #1 Stinkor fan. Good for you if that's true.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into our categories, into the actual battle.
The thing we
First
said we were
one.
going to do like 20 minutes ago. All right. So, starting us off, how we usually do. Our
Boom.
protagonist.
Boom.
In this case, He-Man or Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Not the boyfriend.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's. I mean, we have to use He-Man, obviously, but it's such a weird thing to have such a big role for even Courtney Cox, but both of them.
I think there's a reason why they called it Masters of the Universe, so they could
It's trying to be more
make
of
it
an
feel
ensemble.
more like an ensemble.
The problem with that is that
It was terrible.
still nobody had character arcs.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. It's definitely 2026, and I only say that because he actually had, like, development and a storyline. Like, clearly Lundgren couldn't act yet,
Yeah.
so they needed a guy with muscles. Okay, but like, if you want to actually talk about like entertaining character, like it's 2026.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's not fair to the Lundgren one because of like clearly how they like structured that story. Like an argument can be made that like Courtney Cox and the boyfriend are kind of like the center characters.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the 2026 one is an actual He-Man movie, and then everyone is just really good supporting cast.
Yeah.
So
No, I agree.
that's my vote.
Yep, I'm with you on that one too. I'm going for 2026.
Lundgren, you going Lundgren?
No, absolutely not.
Man, I kind of wanted you to be like, listen, I've loved Lundgren since day one.
Huge Rocky fan.
Yeah.
If he dies,
He dies.
uh,
Yeah. I mean, yeah. The same thing. Like,
yeah,
he's just not a good actor in that movie.
no,
He doesn't get a character arc. I mean, kind of, but like,
not even kind of.
not really.
I mean, the guy.
You could make the
The
argument.
guy's introduced, not even with them. He's just clearly been doing other stuff. Gets thrown into this whole, like, thing on Earth, then comes back and, like, you know, helps the fight. But it's
Yeah.
like, but really what helps the fight is the Earthlings that were there to, like, help solve these problems.
Yeah.
Right, but he doesn't change as a character either. He comes in as a regular. He's already He-Man.
Yeah, he's never Adam either. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like, you don't care about him at all.
Yeah. I feel like you could make the argument maybe him like choosing to sacrifice himself and become a slave is a character arc. But even that, like,
He's a slave for 5 minutes.
yeah, like that's not a strong argument. I'm just saying if you wanted to make one.
But even in that, he was.
Oh, man, he's choked up, guys.
Yeah, even in that, he
Really
still
emotional.
he still really didn't. He really didn't give himself up
Yeah.
because they're like, kneel. He's like, I'll never kneel. Well, then why are you here?
Yeah. Take me, but don't. I'm gonna make you work for it. And it's like, what? I'll show you. I'll stop you. But did you give up? Did you not give up? Oh,
Yeah,
Lundgren.
but there's a key difference though with the source material on these two movies, and I got to point it out before somebody's like, yeah, but that's why this is. It's because the 87 version was more based off of like the original stories, because the toys came out first,
Yeah.
and they had their own background and stuff.
They're based on the toy lore, not
Right.
necessarily the show.
Yeah, and so that's why in the original he was never Adam. He was always just He-Man.
That makes sense. I guess I didn't think about that.
Yeah, and so this new one was more based off of the cartoon,
Because
which is the more popular, idea that is going around.
and that's what me and you talked about, like how like leaving 2026, and I was gonna talk about this with like pacing and stuff, so I can just save it, I guess. But yeah, it did. It felt like it was more like connected to like what everyone would know about He-Man.
Yeah.
Versus like, I mean, I got the '87 movie confused with the live action Flash Gordon movie.
Right.
Like that's how little I was like I could tell that it was different.
Well,
right?
it was an odd thing because the '87 version, they were doing it because Mattel was trying to revamp their toy sales.
Yeah.
Because they were going down, so they're like, we'll do a movie.
That's when they should have done the Barbie movie.
But they decided, they decided to like add new characters and make new designs. It just didn't make any sense for them to do that when people knew the cartoon and they're like, we want to sell more, so let's do something different.
Yeah, you know what's
like that didn't make any sense.
What's even more interesting about that? I did a little bit of research into this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because like of the ownership rights over a bunch of these designs and things, and because Canon went under, they were just kind of in limbo for a really long time,
Mm-hmm.
and Mattel couldn't legally create action figures based on the designs in the movie for decades.
Wow.
So it wasn't until I think 2020 that they finally got the rights and put out.
Yeah.
It was like a very specific line based on this
like
movie.
a Black Series line.
Yeah.
Like okay.
Yeah,
there's a London.
But even those versions were a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't be exact. I mean, they're always a little bit different,
see if
but maybe
there's-
that's why.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's a Courtney Cox action.
It's just a person.
Order
I
that
just want it
now.
on my shelf.
Put him next to the what's Martin Freeman's character from Black Panther. The action figure is just him in a
It's just
suit.
him.
Just make a team of the most basic, but super
All the
useful
normal
people.
people, yeah.
Yeah.
Get MJ from Spider-Man.
I just come out with
that's awesome.
just come out with a cigar. I'm putting together a team. Dude, with friendship beats everything.
You could do anything.
Yeah. Well, that's crazy. All right, so he's
Well,
sweet.
speaking of friendship, antagonist.
Oh, buddy. Oh,
Like this one's
man.
a little bit closer. Like we've got a little bit of a battle here.
I want to actually talk about these.
All right, you want to go
You
first?
start this one.
Okay.
You start this one.
So, I said this in the theater, but I feel the need. It needs to be repeated. Against all odds, they somehow made a movie where Jared Leto is the best part of it. Skeletor is the one thing which I'm consistently coming back to and remembering.
Dude.
Wow, I really enjoyed that.
I already found a video of like a supercut of like all the best
Yes.
lines and everything from it. Like,
He's so unreasonably good as Skeletor.
I know.
It's crazy.
It really hurts to admit it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the reason I was wearing the mask. Like he inspired me to
yeah.
That's gonna be me for Halloween.
And people are gonna say we're sticking our heads in the sand, right?
You just haven't seen greatness yet. You haven't been in
But honestly, you can't even tell it was Jared Leto.
Yeah.
And so I think, like, and we've talked about this, how he is when he does these roles, all right? He leans too much into it,
Yeah.
okay? Of, like, putting himself and embodying and all this other... He's weird.
Or he's Morbius.
He's a weird guy, right?
It's like
This was the first time he clearly did something where he leaned back and just did the character.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, so you can do that.
Yeah, because he's
So he did put blood on his face while he was filming.
Well, then, gosh, darn it, like, you're a skull. Yeah, he rips off his face.
like the Red Skull.
Yeah.
No, but he did. He smeared like red.
This is just what I look like.
Hold on.
Jared
For real?
Leto is
Yeah.
but a mask.
He really put on.
I just want to be evil.
So,
I like being evil.
Jared Leto, the man, is actually just Skeletor.
That is perfect.
that is my favorite thing. So that's why it feels normal. This is the first time he's himself.
It wasn't
Okay.
CGI skull.
I'm gonna die on that hill. That this is the first time we're getting to just see Jared Leto be himself. That is hilarious to
I
me.
feel that it was very meta in a lot of parts. When he's like, I just like being evil. Like, yeah,
Yeah, you
Yeah,
do,
yeah.
Jared Leto.
Yeah.
I'm just a villain. Yeah. That's you.
All right.
Like,
So we've talked a lot about Jared Leto, though. Does anyone have anything to say about 87?
Okay.
Frank Langella? Yeah.
I think he's actually a really good actor too.
Okay.
I don't know that he works quite as Skeletor, just because Skeletor, like, as far as the show goes, is very, maniacal laugh. Like, that's his whole deal.
It's very, like, caricature, like, old style villainy.
Yeah. And the 1987 Skeletor is just like, feels very...
Like a play villain. Like, it would be something from, like, Macbeth or something like that.
Yeah, he feels very similar in a lot of ways to Palpatine to me.
Yes.
Like,
too serious, too...
Yeah. Like, he has these little moments of, like, haha, I'm going to do my evil laugh. Or, like, when he rises up on his platform behind...
Right.
Like, that shot is hilarious. I was laughing so hard on that. It's so good. But, like, he brings his voice real down low.
Yeah.
And he, like, has a genuine menace to him. Like, he's trying to play a villain. It's
Like,
really good. It's
like,
a good
he would play a
performance.
good Nazi in a movie about...
Yeah, he would be a good Nazi.
Yeah. Which I don't...
You're talking about the 87 version.
Yeah.
And I mean that as a compliment.
Okay, Hayden.
I think he'd be a great Nazi.
The blonde wig is doing things.
Oh, gosh. Oh, man.
Yeah, and don't forget to show your support for Jared Leto.
Oh, yeah. I'm hitching up to every bad person I can today.
Yeah. So I think he has a really good, genuinely good Skeletor performance or villain performance. I guess I'll say.
Yeah.
But just as far as like how entertaining and even good as a villain, like 2026 Skeletor.
Yeah.
Why is he evil? He has a skull as a face.
Yeah. But Bert
There's a
was
very
right.
good chance you're the bad guy.
But Bert is right. It is a closer
yes.
like competition than comparing Heman.
Oh yeah.
Like this guy clearly tried to be a good villain.
Yeah, they're both the best parts of their movies. I think
now after watching the new movie and going back and watching a little bit of the old cartoon and stuff, like Leto tried to be a good Skeletor.
Yeah, and I think honestly, like he was actually acting in this role. Like he had moments the same as in 1987 where he would bring his voice real down low and come back to being a serious villain.
Yeah.
Even if it's just for a few seconds, and it balances this Skeletor out really well. It's where you're taking him as a serious threat, but at the same time, you're like, oh, I love when you're here and on screen and just doing wacky villain stuff.
It's like you have all this power, but like you're not respected. But it's funny.
Yeah. And I don't know if what we're getting visually is all Jared Leto's like physical performance.
Right.
That could have been a guy in a mocap suit who's unnamed.
Oh yeah, which props to that guy.
Yeah,
right? Like whoever,
if that's but like the physical acting of Skeletor is really good. Like I can't really communicate it via an audio podcast.
Yeah.
Right.
But he has just really funny movements, like when he raises his sword, or like how his jaw is animated to where it like moves to the side whenever
it clicks in. And clicks it,
it's really
you can
good.
see he's annoyed because he's like.
Yeah,
like,
he's moving his jaw.
No,
it's a really good, like, well put together performance from the actor and from the animators, which I feel like you're not seeing in a lot of CGI characters.
Which 87, I love practical effects, so I got to give them props that they tried.
Yeah.
Right, but clearly there's just certain things that's like it just doesn't look good practical effect. You know, and I think I think this is a good example of that. Of like. You were wearing a mask when your head needed to be legitimately a skull. Like, it needed to look less.
Yeah, that's the thing, is, like, another thing, the 87 Skeletor, I think the makeup is really good. Like, I really enjoyed how that looks. It's just not Skeletor.
It just didn't, it felt off.
Yeah.
And that guy had a good performance, but...
Yeah, I mean, it did win an award for best makeup for Skeletor.
Yeah, and I think that's entirely deserved. Like, it legitimately looks amazing.
Which is funny because they did plan to actually do a skull for him, like a CGI skull or whatever. But like we mentioned earlier, they slashed the budget, so they were like, "Nah, we can't do that." So they decided to do the makeup instead.
Because I look at like the prosthetic and makeup with like Red Skull from Captain America: First Avenger.
Yeah, that's a good looking skull.
It's clearly like perfected. Going in the same vein as this Skeletor, but just kind of more perfected, more and so but if you compare Red Skull with CGI Skeletor, It's like, man, both these guys did great, and I love the practical effects. But
I think
like,
they're just different art forms,
Yeah.
and being used in different ways. Like
yeah,
Red Skull is a much more dramatic villain. Like you want him to have a very physical menace and threat to him. This is Skeletor. He's a cartoon
really what I'm
guy.
trying to say is I think this guy would have been a great Red Skull. Because
He would have been a great Nazi.
great Nazi. He already had the prosthetic skull. That's all I'm trying to say. Is
He would
I
have been a
think
really good. There's still time. He's
I,
around.
If I had a
I'm sure.
nickel for every skeletal face Nazi that they've done, no, I'm just kidding.
I'd have one nickel.
Well, I also think Frank Langella did a really good job as Skeletor, and we have to take it for what this movie was, right? He wasn't the funny Skeletor. He wasn't supposed to be the funny Skeletor.
But he wasn't the weakest part of the movie either.
No, he was
Yeah.
probably the strongest part of the movie. So,
Which is weird to have a movie where in both movies the bad guy is like, "Hey man, you guys."
yeah.
Good.
But we've talked about that before. How like if you're gonna have a good movie with a hero, you got to have a good villain.
Yeah.
And they had that. Otherwise, the movie doesn't work as well.
Yeah.
Anytime you get a good movie, the villain is always, Die Hard had a great villain.
Great.
And that's why that movie works so well.
Great supporting cast.
So same thing with these movies. But there was just so much other stuff going on with 87 that even with a good villain.
So this one just comes down to preference then. It's not necessarily like good versus like bad.
No, I think one of these.
They both did good.
I think they
Yeah.
both did good for what they had.
I honestly.
I think if we're gonna throw charisma into it, that's Leto's performance.
So you're going Leto?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going
Easily. I think I put all of my points down as Leto
I'm just
already.
making sure. I'm just making. We have a tendency to just start talking about stuff, and it's like we
never vote.
We need to actually vote,
Yeah.
and so I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
Well, shall we move on?
Yeah. Let's go.
So I've split up extended cast into our hero side and our villain side. So two separate categories.
Okay.
So starting with heroes, what are we thinking? We've got our Man at Arms and Warrior Goddess in both movies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got Courtney Cox.
We got Courtney
And
Cox
Kevin.
and Kevin.
And versus Mechaneck.
Yeah. Listen, one movie has Mechaneck and one movie doesn't, so obviously there is a winner, and it is the one with Mechaneck.
Oh man. Who wants
For
to start
sheer
this one?
entertainment value, yes. The new one had the better cast. It was
I just vibe with Mechaneck's name and his look.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like Marvel Machine Man.
Yeah.
Like it's such a specific, honest, kind of dated look, but I really adore it.
Like literally your whole ability is your neck extends, but yet you somehow still looked cool fighting.
Yeah.
I think that shows like that's props.
Yeah.
You took something that would have been kind of silly if you told people like, "Hey man, we need you for this role. You're gonna be Mechaneck." Like
Yeah.
that guy probably was like, "This might be silly," and instead he made it like a cool thing.
Yeah.
right?
Mr. Fantastic has a lot to learn.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
that's true because he was the stretchy thing. Yeah.
So, but does someone want to?
And you want to start? You haven't
Yeah,
started
yeah.
yet.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying, out of sheer entertainment, 2026 was a better cast.
Okay.
I remember when I first watched the 87 version, I was like, who is this man-at-arms, like, old man guy? Like, who is
Yeah.
this dude? Because one, the costume is just way different than what I was used to. And again, like, since they went a different direction with the movie, it kind of alienated people like me that were expecting certain things, and then you didn't get it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Now, in the cartoon, he was an older guy. Like, he was more of a veteran kind of soldier, right?
Yeah.
And he did have this mustache and everything, but
But he wasn't like white haired and like. Real,
yeah, he looked old, like
Yeah.
old.
Like this was like this was Man at Arms if like he was meant to die in this movie. Like
Yeah.
you're like this is the last mission of Man at Arms.
Old Man at Arms.
Yeah.
He doesn't make it out of this. That's why they brought in the cop guy to replace him.
It's gonna be new Man at Arms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does he count as in the
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
cast?
I mean, all the extended cast.
Okay.
He's in.
Because he was cool. The cop was cool. Like, he was level-headed for the most part. You know, like, everybody else was kind of... they were reacting in ways that
didn't make a lot of sense.
Probably most people wouldn't
Oh, weird
react.
device in a crater. He's like, I'm gonna play with it. You know,
Right.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
what do we do? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? If you find something in a crater, don't touch it.
Yeah,
You know,
everyone in
like-
that movie has a really weird, like, just a degree off from human reactions,
Right.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, just enough rationalization to where, as far as, like, justifying why the story is still happening, it makes sense. When you think about it in terms of how anyone would actually react, you're like, why is anyone doing anything in this movie?
It's like, as weird as Eternia is, it couldn't have happened in a weirder town on Earth. It's like, thank God it happened there.
They tried to add some fun elements in the 87 version, like
Like
when
the
they're
little guy stealing the chicken. And
yeah, and then they're eating, and then they're like vegetarians somehow.
Yeah, I didn't
It's
get
like-
that. They're like, wait, this is animals? And I'm like, Eternia sounds lame. You guys can't eat meat? Like,
You're not
oh,
burgers?
God, yeah.
Which
But the
How does
dad
he-
knows.
How does He-Man
Right.
get so ripped if he ain't doing protein? Like, someone's eating protein. Like, may not be Tila, but
Yeah. But the dad implies, like, he knows what meat is.
no, he
and has had
definitely
it.
knew because
Yeah.
he's eating it with, like,
from
no
some
problem.
lore,
Yeah.
because he keeps referencing, like, oh, yeah, in the battle of whatever. And it's like, buddy, we get it, you're old. Like, we get it. We should have brought someone else.
Yeah.
Like Ram Man or something.
Yeah. So, those guys, they don't work that great.
Yeah.
Kevin and Monica, their whole story is weird to be in this movie for
Yeah.
It's a
such a
different
prominent
movie.
such a prominent role is weird for Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
And I mean that's pretty much it, right? The cop is the only other one.
Yeah.
So in the new one, all the side characters were fun. They gave them something to do near the end when they had the
Yeah.
battle. They all had their moments
Yeah.
where you're like, oh, that was cool.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's why that guy's there. Cool.
Yeah.
The girl, I was like, she was kind of dope.
Yeah, that's the coolest character.
Deanne or something. Dion.
Oh, yeah, the one just pistol.
Yeah.
People. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, which apparently she's a deep cut character because I had no idea where she was from. So I was
Okay,
like, who is this girl? She's from the comics.
Well, that's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Tila was cool. Man at Arms, though, was awesome.
Idris Elba.
I love when he does when he takes these roles that, like, clearly he's like, oh, that's going to be fun to do. And then he just kills it. And it's like you're not even the main guy, but you're one of those characters that's going to be talked about a lot.
Yeah.
Like, he did it in the Thor movies. He's, even Pacific Rim, the character he plays in that.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to do much through the movie, and in the end, he gets to do some of the coolest stuff. Like, he's that guy where, like,
He's got the presence. He's got the voice.
he's like, give me a role, I'll kill it, man. And so, like, yeah, no, it's really fun, fun cast.
When I heard that he was cast as Man at Arms, I actually didn't like that.
You were
casting.
mad. You were
Kind
mad.
of.
Yeah.
I was like,
Not
Why?
my Man at Arms.
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Yeah.
not exactly that much.
Head in the
but
sand, guys. Head
Yeah.
in the sand.
I just didn't think it was a good casting. I was like,
That's so crazy.
That's
that
a weird.
someone accused him of that. That's crazy. Sorry, I'm gonna make that joke forever because that is insane.
That's a good bit. I like this bit.
Well, whatever. I thought it was a bad casting.
Yeah.
But after watching the movie, he was probably the second best part of the movie for me.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Idris. That was my bad.
Sorry,
We have
That's my
two.
bad.
you just said he was like the second best. That's not.
I know,
bad.
but for thinking that it was a bad
Oh.
casting.
He'd forgive you for that. That's how cool he is.
Yeah.
He'd be like, man, you didn't know, but now you know, man. Like,
Yeah, it was rough when he was like,
and then we'd go play volleyball with him.
Since you-
Like, he'd be like, yeah.
since you've got the wig on, I'll be Idris. You be little young prince. He's gonna turn
Why
around.
do we stand?
Just when he turns around.
Dude.
He's gonna turn around any minute now. Never turns around. That part was-
Classic dad moves. Am I right? Shout out to my dad. No, I'm just kidding. No, that scene was rough, man. When it's like the dad wouldn't even look at him, and
Yeah.
you're like, no, he was just tough on him because, like, man, he knew that he was gonna, take the throne at some point.
do we have a King Randor?
But I didn't put one. No.
Well, there's not even one in 87.
No,
is
there's
there?
not.
Yeah, so we don't need it.
Okay,
Just throw him in with the regular side.
yeah, but since we're talking about him, I'm gonna say that part didn't work for me in the 2026 version.
Mm-hmm.
The whole dad son thing because of that scene, right? We only see him pretty much 3 times.
Yeah.
So we see him then when he walks off and never looks back, and then you're like, dude, this dad is horrible.
Right.
He's
just a
dad
busy
ever.
dad. Yeah.
And then you see him fight, right?
Cool.
And then we see him at the end.
Yeah.
And at the end, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Like I never meant that for you." But there's no actual connection there. There's no reason to be like,
and that's why they kill him.
Yeah, we feel bad. So the emotional parts of this movie, or what was supposed to be emotional parts of that movie, the 2026, didn't work because they didn't set it up properly for me.
So I'd make an argument that it wasn't meant to be emotional, because I feel like the emotional part for Adam is when Skeletor's in his mind screwing with him.
Sure, there's multiple emotional moments though.
But I don't think that one was meant to be one. I think it was just kind of
it was just there,
he's getting to see his son be cool, and he realizes that he made a mistake, and he dies. Why? He's not He-Man. We don't care. It's like I don't. And here you are, like, man, this is your stinkor. Where you're like, I wanted more dad stuff, and I get that.
Yeah, and that you could be right,
but I feel like the only part that felt emotional to me was when Skeletor is not physically beating him up and all this stuff. It's when he's in the Earth stuff that has always been the worst parts of his life, because he's having to just be in this mediocre life, and he's screwing with him, and it's funny, like him being in the office, and it's like referencing Office Space and all this stuff, but it's like he legitimately is like you've already been miserable, and that's all you're ever gonna be.
Yeah. I didn't even have to do anything.
Yeah, that's more emotional than like, oh, your dad didn't care about you. Yeah, your dad, he's dead now. Like, we don't worry about that. It's not the character development that we're caring about. That's just my argument. The dad stuff, it could have been more, but I'm actually okay that they didn't make it like we don't need another Lion King. Like, I'm fine with it being like, no, he's figuring out his own stuff, you know.
I could see that point.
Yeah. But
I would have liked to have some emotion in some of the scenes, because any of the scenes, even because if we're talking about that Skeletor scene being the emotional scene, I think that was more intense and fun, rather than like anything really deep. So you know, that sense, that kind of doesn't work.
So similar argument you have with the dad. That's my argument with the mom. There's a lot of scenes where I'm like, do you have
same
something
thing with the mom?
Yeah, I was like, do you have something to add? You survived.
Right. Yeah.
No, I'm running things now, and it's like, all right, cool. Like
when they're hugging, and he's like, "Dad's gone." She's like,
yeah. Yeah, like, were they ever actually married? Like, I have all these questions. So that's my argument. So where you are with the dad...
I'm same thing. That's another scene that should have been emotional, and it was not.
I'm like, so your husband's dead. I mean, it has been 15 years of us being separated. Like, okay, I get it. Like,
hey, I'm sorry I wasn't around for that.
You've clearly moved on. We've all moved on. I've still just been that 9-year-old kid, and everyone's like, Adam, your dad was a jerk.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That's why we're all pretty stoked.
We hated that guy.
That's why we're all pretty stoked it was you.
But I think that's why I wanted more, because they did spend some time with him as a kid and even as an adult trying to figure things out because of what happened with his dad.
You wanted that Vader moment.
Yeah.
All right.
So, and it wasn't strong enough. But
it's
anyway,
Stinkor.
That's a whole separate.
Well, my Stinkor is the mom.
Yeah,
missed opportunity.
It's a whole Stinkor of sections.
Everyone's got their stink.
Like they were stinky, is what I'm saying.
Anytime something's missing, now I'm gonna be like, where was Stinkor?
That's a Stinkor.
That's a Stinkor right there. So.
Yeah, I'm going 2026.
But you don't have any like.
I'm kind of apathetic towards both. I'm gonna be entirely honest.
Okay.
I also recently rewatched Thor Ragnarok.
Okay.
And I'm coming to realize I don't think I care for Idris Elba.
Oh. Hot take moment.
Oh.
Maybe it's probably just the things I have seen in him, which are mostly like big budget blockbuster IP things. Like, I want to see him in some independent him like taking serious role stuff, because
Okay.
I don't think I've actually ever seen him in those things. But as far as like the Pacific Rims, the Thors, he's just kind of there to me. Like, I think he gets by through the British accent and the deep voice.
Oh, okay.
Like, he's not a bad actor whatsoever. He's just an actor to me.
Okay.
Like, nothing about him stands out. He never really gets an emotion out of me other than, like, the most basic of what they're going for in the scene. I really enjoy him as Man-at-Arms in the action scenes because they're really well-directed action scenes that I'm like, oh, this is dynamic and cool. Like, I enjoy watching this. But anything where he's, like, trying to give an emotional talk, it's like, okay, this is the emotional talk scene. We're going through the motions with this. And so Idris Elba to me is just like,
Okay.
he's there.
And
He's a guy.
and listen, you may be kind of right, because that's kind of like what I'm saying. He's never been the main guy.
Yeah.
He
like,
just always ends up being the coolest side character.
yeah.
So
He's there to be cool.
in a way, I think maybe we're both right. I do like him.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a preference
But now,
thing, like,
now that you're like pointing it out, it's like, yeah, I don't know.
his performances...
Has he ever got to try to be the big guy, the main guy?
Yeah, he's had it starring roles. He was was that Stephen King book, The High Tower?
Oh, Gunslinger. Yeah,
Gunslinger?
he
Is
was
that
in
his-
Dark Tower. But even then, that is about the kid.
Okay. What about the Lion movie? He was in that Lion movie.
What, Lion King?
No, not Lion
He
King.
voiced the lion in Lion King, didn't he?
Probably.
Nah, it was the CGI lion.
Lion King.
Survive.
Why are you doing this to me? I did it right on
I
the
know the
first
movie.
thing, and now you're just throwing... No, they sang and stuff, Pumbaa, and I'm like, I'm gonna kill you. Yes, Lion King.
No.
I know the movie you're
You
talking
know,
about.
right?
It's like just one word. It's like survival or something.
Something. Jungle Safari or something.
Yeah.
You're gonna get us canceled. Good lord, man.
But
Yeah.
you know what? But now that we're talking about it, any of his starring movies, they were not big hits.
Yeah. Like, his performances are...
Bro, he's Knuckles.
He is Knuckles,
Yeah.
but again, Knuckles...
Again,
It's Knuckles.
coolest side guy.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I think you're right. It's just... That's just his... It's his comfort zone, right?
I think he's whelming to me.
Yeah.
He's not
Like how
underwhelming. He's not overwhelming.
Like-
he simply whelms me.
That's
Like,
the...
you couldn't make a movie, like, revolving around Danny DeVito. But when you throw him in the cast, you're like, hey, Danny
Right.
DeVito's in it.
Twins.
Yeah.
Right. But
I don't know.
who carries that?
Danny DeVito.
No, it's Arnie being in a comedic role for the first time.
I really couldn't tell
Yeah.
which one was which, so I'm not
There's
sure.
no telling. Yeah.
Beast, the movie you're talking about, is just
Beast.
called Beast.
Beast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, shall we move on to extended
Okay,
cast
yes.
of villains?
Yeah, let's go.
We've all given ours for...
Yeah, it's 2026. Sad to say, I have nothing good for the 87 one. Like,
You don't like Blade?
your bad guy's name is Blade. Like, that's so basic.
He's the only one with, like, just a name.
Well, yeah, they're like
word
Blade,
for a name.
Laser Fist, Grab Jaw, and then Naga Man or whatever. Like, that one dude is just actual Christian name, like Nagar or something.
Yeah.
And then they go back to Rocket Boot Guy.
No, it's Blade and the Beast Man. And
Yeah.
then the other ones are, like, Gragar.
Gragar,
And
yeah.
Karg
Clerk or whatever his name is.
Karg.
Karg, yeah.
Gurgle God and whatever. Yeah. Gosh.
Balzamon.
Karg was a made-up character for the movie.
So they
I
just
thought-
had a cool name. That they're...
I thought,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
got-
literally was like, all these names are dumb. We gotta make our own. Like, call him Karg.
We'll make our own and no one
Give
will
him the
notice.
white mullet and then just raising his face. And then, yeah,
You know,
But they use Karg in the new one too.
it's like they looked
Yeah,
at
they
the,
don't call him Karg, but I saw him
No,
on
they-
the screen.
they
Well,
looked
they
at
may
the
not have,
concept
yeah.
artist.
I
and
saw
they
him on the screen. I was like, that's that Karg guy.
But he's in the credits.
But
Yeah.
Blade doesn't show back up for the new movie. They
might
all
have-
have blades.
He might have been new also.
They're saving him with
No,
Steam Core.
they looked for Clark. They looked at the concept artist and they said, "Hey, you remember what
Yeah.
the Predator looks like unmasked?" And the concept artist was like, "Yeah, I definitely
Just
do,"
ugly.
but he did not.
It's like he's going off of memory.
going
but
off
like,
of memory.
Just totally got it wrong.
Just all of the wrinkles on his face. And it's like, look, like a cool jaw, but no. Just make him look like a snake man.
Yeah. He had the mandible. Oh, he did, didn't he?
Yeah. It's so bad.
He messed up there.
Yeah, so like 87, whatever. So, yeah, 2026.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was a crew of bumbling. What is Skeletor calls them something too?
Buffoons.
Probably buffoons.
Yeah.
And yeah, they were not good characters. I never liked Korg or Karg.
The OC.
Blade was probably the coolest because Beastman. I didn't like Beastman's.
It's crazy.
Like,
we got
imagine if, like, I'm gonna use guns. We'll call them guns. You know, like, that's essentially what he did. Cut off his hand, put a blade there.
Well, we just talked
Change
about it.
his
We just
name
talked
from-
about Gunslinger.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
that,
he slings guns.
yeah,
but
like,
his name isn't Gun.
Well, okay.
I'm Sword Swinger.
Yeah. I guess
slash
adding
them,
a
slash them all. Like,
So
that's your name. Yeah.
what he really should have been was Blade Man.
Blade.
Like,
Like they
that's
did.
Mega Man.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
man,
from Mega Man.
Man Blade. I don't know.
Man.
It's crazy we got a Deathstroke adaptation in the Masters of the Universe movie.
Hey, yeah, I'm all for it. That movie was ahead of its time.
Yeah, those guys were all whack to me. I wanted to see Beastman, and he
Dude,
looked horrible.
They
He
couldn't
acted
beat.
horrible.
They couldn't beat Courtney Cox.
Yeah,
And so, like,
Oh.
Villain?
who cares? Well, no, just they
what I-
couldn't literally beat.
They couldn't catch her,
Courtney
and
Cox.
she's going under the stage, dodging, dipping,
I don't
diving,
care.
dodging.
I don't care that your name is Blade. You're not using them. Like
It's like the first episode of Kenobi with the bounty hunters going
I was
after
just
Baby
picturing
Leia.
Baby Leia running through. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then He-Man's like, I'll beat you guys, but it's believable that
Yeah.
he can take you all on.
Yeah.
Because you guys suck.
And they made
Terrible
Karg,
bounty hunters.
Yeah.
they made Karg like this like cowardly guy, so that worked because he was like, oh, there was a whole army of them that came, and then Evil Lynn's with her little
she's
vision
scanning it.
finder or
She's like,
whatever.
Yeah.
One lady, just like, yeah, but like, she was fit.
I do want to note here, they are just the Star Wars bounty hunters from The Empire Strikes Back.
Right.
Oh, hands down.
And
yeah.
this movie is just all three Star Wars movies compressed into one thing.
Yeah.
And Flash Gordon.
It's Flash
And
Gordon.
Thor.
Like it starts
Not yet.
It starts with them having to go to
Listen.
another realm,
Yeah.
and the MacGuffin gets lost there. We're hunting after that. It's
Yeah.
the Death Star plans. Then we get the bounty hunters from Empire Strikes Back. Then we get Skeletor on his throne with the window behind
Yeah.
him. The final duel takes place right there.
Yeah.
It's just all three Star Wars movies.
So
Yeah.
let's go back to the Israeli cousins that made this movie.
That's not what I thought you were going to say.
Also, you can't just keep saying where they're from. like,
No, you can.
Like, we need that in the conversation.
Well, you know what? You know why?
And you know where they're from, guys? Like,
I know, but you know what the funny part about that is because anytime you watch anything about them, they always say that.
Really?
Yes. That's the funny part is they're always
That's
like,
their whole identity?
yeah, they're from Israel.
Oh,
They're
gosh.
cousins. They're from Israel.
That's all we know.
Cousins that are from a place.
They love Star Wars.
They were wanted to capitalize on the big Star Wars thing that was going on, and of course, Flash Gordon came out in I think 1980, 81 or something like that, which was a big movie, and they liked that movie, and they're like, let's do all of that stuff.
That's crazy.
So yeah, there's definitely a parallel.
It's just Star Wars.
Just watch Star Wars, I guess.
We all voted 2026 for cast of villains, right?
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
know the funny thing is we didn't even say anything good about the new one.
Yeah.
We're just like the bad one can't win.
I'll say some-
Again, I'm fairly apathetic.
I'll say a
No, I
good
thought Trap Jaw was dope.
He's cool. I like his design.
His walk and everything.
Well, I like how he like he used them as individuals till all of a sudden he didn't want to, and then by that point, He-Man is actually like taking them all on, which I think was cool. Like he sends Beast Man first, then he sent he's clearly showcasing like, well, he's my best tracker. This is my best killer. This is my best
This is my sorceress.
And then before he knows it, it's like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to be the one to fight this guy. Like you guys aren't useful. But then the final fight, they're getting to fight the side characters.
Yeah.
And you get to kind of see these little mashups and
they
stuff.
got demoted as they
Yeah,
should.
yeah. I think it was cool. Yeah. Just 87, it was like they were just so much bumbling buffoons that it was just like, oh my gosh. Like,
There's nothing cool about them. At
yeah.
least in the
it
new
was
one,
like
you could.
it was like watching a Power Rangers thing, like you
Yeah.
know, of like just the putty guys, like
Watch him get trashed.
yeah. It was just like okay, like you know,
Yeah, and you can say a little bit of that with Beastman because he was kind of a bumbling beast.
well
You know,
because he's done.
Yeah, but exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a little bit of an argument there where he's kind of the same, but he is just like this Neanderthal
It
type
fits
of.
those scenes. He's by himself. It was 2 against 1. I'm for it.
Yeah.
But for all of them to be like, we can't get Courtney Cox, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Very
I'm
bad
like,
opening scene for
yeah,
him.
I'm like, you guys are terrible. Like, Skeletor should have killed them all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well, shall we move along?
Yep.
we need to.
Yeah. So next up, script and pacing.
Okay. So with the new one, it is good. I feel like the structure of it, and I feel like we kind of already talked about this with the dad stuff, where they showed a lot of him as a kid. I feel like they should have showed less, and maybe did like flashbacks at points for them to start there and spend so much time there, and then all of a sudden jump like he's isekai'd into
Earth.
yeah, and then
For like 15 minutes.
and then it comes back. Yeah, it's very like, I don't know, like, and so as much as like clearly the writing was good, I feel like I would have edited it a little differently with some of those scenes. That's really my only nitpick for 2026. 87.
Oh boy.
I mean,
Hey, remember these guys are from Israel, though. Before you say anything.
stop right
He's about to trash him even harder.
Yeah. Oh, let me have it. No. Gosh, it just like there was so many scenes that felt pointless or just like they showcased the Earth people so much that I mean an argument can be made that the movie is actually about them. It's not about He-Man. Just He-Man's in it.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, it's just like I don't know. Like it comes off as like a bad 80s movie, not like a good 80s movie. I don't know how to explain. Just something feels off about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. The pacing's really just. I mean, most of the movie's just them running around town,
Yeah.
going to pawn shops and going to. It's like there's no.
They go to place and they do another place.
There's no adventure to it. There's
Yeah.
no like, oh, we're here. Oh, they found our hiding spot. Now we gotta run. Now we gotta break out of prison. We got
Yeah.
like 2026 actually was like, okay, this is fun. And also, we're only in 2 locations or maybe 3, like, but like 2 of those was in Eternia.
Yeah.
But the old one, it's like, I mean, most of that movie, they're in this town, and it's like, it's the worst Thor movie I've ever watched. And I think I've already made that joke a couple times off the podcast. But, like, yeah, it just, 87 was, it just came off as really weak. It was just another 80s action movie that didn't have to have good acting because they were like, well, we just want to do fight scenes, like that some person can just watch and enjoy. But now, in this age, like, we're very story-driven people. And we've talked about that. We've talked about this new renaissance of YouTubers, directors coming out where they're making amazing written content because they actually know what people are going to want and care about. And so, like, the story and the pacing and the structure is more important now than it used to be maybe in the 80s, back when they were pushing out 40-plus movies a year, right? And so I think the movie is good. Me personally, I would have structured some stuff at the beginning more.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe held some stuff back.
For the new one.
Definitely limit the dad stuff to where you wouldn't have people like Bird that's like, I needed more or I needed none of it.
Yeah.
Like,
I would have weird in between.
I would have been fine if we did none of it. Like, you know? But also, I think those scenes weren't just about the dad. I think that scene with him and Idris Elba is more about the relationship of him and Idris Elba, like the father figure that's always kind of been around, and then you get to see him with Tila, who is his daughter, and how she treats him, and how and so I think they should have lensed it differently, where people wouldn't have got he wouldn't have got hung up on that. I wouldn't have got hung up on the mom stuff. I wouldn't have got you shouldn't leave these spaces where people can get hung up on things. And then they're checked out because they're wondering and they're questioning, like, did I miss a scene? Did I, because me and Autumn have watched shows like that where it's like, they're not going to address you shouldn't have that opening to do.
Yeah.
Right.
And so even though it was a fun movie, I really did like the story. There was some stuff that I would have done the flashback thing. I know some people don't like that. I would have done the flashback thing.
Mm-hmm.
What's your thoughts on it?
Let you go
Okay.
first.
Well, I thought the flashback that they did do at the beginning was pretty good for 2026.
Okay.
I think that was kind of a new way to do a flashback, right? Where he's
It's all
actually
of it.
telling the story to somebody,
Yeah.
and you're seeing it visually.
Okay. So I'm not sorry not to cut you off. I feel like now I gotta defend myself. I'm not saying I'm against that. It just
No.
felt really long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying my point.
I know. I want the people to be like they disagree. No, I agree with you. I just felt like it was long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all.
Well,
I'm
look,
saying.
it was a 2 hour 20-minute movie. If I were doing the editing, it would have gone down to at most 2 hours. I would have definitely got rid of 20 minutes of the movie.
Just all the dads.
Could have been all the deaths. Possibly anything that was supposed to be emotional, the dad stuff, the mom stuff, the what's Man at Arms and Heman talking in the jail when they're like, "Well, you gotta lift yourself back up. Let's do it together." Cut that out. We don't
Really?
need it. Yeah, because I think that could have been a really good emotional scene, and it was not. When Tila's saying bye to Man at Arms, and he's like, I don't know if I could. I'm gonna do my best, and then He-Man comes in and hugs him. Get rid of that part.
Okay.
Like 20 minutes, easy. Could have
See, I
got
would
rid
have
of
got rid of the roommate stuff.
the roommate stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I would.
That's definitely the
I'm telling-
first
I
stuff
would've-
getting cut.
I
and
would
hating cut.
have easily found some.
It's like he's watching the Notebook. Like no one cares.
I mean, it was kind of funny that he like covers
No.
himself up every time he walks in.
There's other funny stuff we.
But
can
it has
showcase.
nothing to do with
Yeah.
it.
No. Yeah, no. It would. It's fine to cut it out. And it felt like they had those scenes in just so they could bring them in at the end and have another joke. Like, hey, you brought me here. Like,
Yeah.
So they couldn't put Stinkor in, but
So yeah, having said all that, I would have definitely cut it shorter. So I think it was too long. The script itself was pretty good. The writing was okay. There were some lines here and there that were a little bit cheesy. Again, the joke parts were a little too much. Where they drug on a little bit. Like, all right, say your joke, but then move on.
like don't do it 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not even that, but like you say the joke and then you try and continue. So I guess an example would be, so the hugging part, right? When he hugs, the 3 of them hug at the end, Tila, Man at Arms, and He-Man, and they're there hugging. All right, you could have shortened that a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And then once they're finished hugging, joke's over. But they don't finish it there. Then they're like, oh, well, let's give high fives, but maybe daps, but maybe high fives, and maybe
I got
maybe
you.
we go a little awkward goodbye after that. Like, yeah, I better go that way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
like-
it's not Superman saving the squirrel where like the scene's like that's kind of neat that they left it in there. It comes off as like did you guys not do final day of cut? Like you just
Right.
like
Yeah, that's
they're
enough.
like people won't care if we don't cut the tags off. And it's like, well, yeah, we did enjoy the movie, but like you could have cut those tags off.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there was a few of those moments in there that's like, well, that went on a little too long.
Yeah.
That joke didn't need to be there for that long.
I got you.
But the 87 version, the script was all over the place.
The whole movie is the joke that was just like this is
Just
not
get
winning.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was like a very loose script, very loose idea of what they were gonna do.
Just writing it as
But
they
then
were
at the
filming.
yeah, pretty much.
That's how it comes off,
Because at the
yeah.
same time, it was like, well, now we got to change that because we don't have the money now.
Yeah.
And so they were literally changing things.
So like in this scene will happen in a Waffle House. They're like, you got to use the pawn shop again. That's
Right.
what we got.
Yeah.
All right, we're going back to the pawn shop, and it's like we're gonna use it 5 more times. It's
Yeah.
like,
That's kind of how it was.
yeah. It's like we have access to a high school gymnasium. That's where the cool DJ will be doing a show. And it's
Yeah.
like for a prom, for what? We won't address it. He was at a club the night before. We're
You
gonna
need
reference
extras?
That.
It
Yeah.
will be a sound check.
We're gonna reference he did a club the night before, and now he's at a high school gymnasium.
Yeah.
It's like that's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So that one was just everywhere. I don't. There's no way to give that a point. Not for me. Anyway.
Like, even-
So 2 points for 2026.
Does that change that someone could be entertained by this movie? No, someone could definitely be entertained by this movie just because it's so all
If
over
you
the place.
really love Lundgren,
But if we're talking about like which script is a good script, which movie has good pacing, good directing, it's not that one.
no.
No.
And we're only comparing the two. 2026 is not a perfect movie either.
No, but it was fun.
But it was, again, the battles between these two. This is the fight. It's these two.
Yeah.
It's beaten.
Here's the
87
thing.
so far.
87 just wasn't fun to watch. Like, I watched it and I was like, I'm doing this for you guys.
I legitimately fell asleep.
Yeah.
Like,
Listen, I'm doing it for y'all.
But again, there's people that really like that movie.
Yeah. 2026, I bought a wig. That's how much I liked it.
it's committed.
It kind
Yeah.
of looks like the Lundgren wig, though.
Yeah. It does, well,
Oh no.
So-
Oh no.
I don't care.
Because he had more of a mullet thing going.
He did.
All right, well,
All right.
next one.
I never.
Voted.
All right. It's time. So I'll start with
He said it's time. He has like a big thing.
a few quick notes on 87.
Oh, here we go.
It is bad. It's really bad. It doesn't have like most movies. The first 5-10 minutes set things up, right? Like that's just how stories work. You have to do that. This movie just doesn't do that. It goes, here you go. You're halfway through Act 1 already.
Yeah.
We're not going to introduce any of the characters except for this dwarf for some reason. We're not going to introduce the stakes about why anyone wants anything, about what Eternia is. We're not going to do any of that. We're just going to tell you there's a war and we need this key to get the sword. But actually, we don't need the sword. We just need the key.
Yeah.
And there are 3 keys, but we only need one of them.
It comes off like you just turn on an old episode of Star Trek. And you're like, oh, this is the one where whatever, like that's how it comes off.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
it doesn't
Right.
teach you anything.
Yeah.
And I think me and you talked about it. It doesn't like, in a lot of ways, it doesn't feel like it pays homage to the like what we know of He-Man at all. But yeah, no, that's funny that you.
Like
It's
it just drops you in, and I have seen that work really well. Like just drop you into the story, and now you have to figure things
what's
out.
something that works dropped in.
It dropped really well.
Maybe Baby Driver?
Yeah, I think Baby Driver is pretty solid because you get like right off the bat too, like oh, it's a heist. Like we don't necessarily know these people, but there's something really cool happening.
Right.
And there's a heist. We know what a heist is. What's going on here is like you're putting us in a new world, so already learning curve that we're like, what are the not really specifics of this world, like enough of an outline of how it works to know why this stuff is happening. Don't get any of that. We don't realize why this guy has a sword and some people have guns and he has the sword, but he's going to use the gun.
Oh.
Except sometimes when he
God.
decides to use the sword and then the editing gets really bad
Dude.
because they don't know how to choreograph a sword fight.
So frustrating that he's holding it half the time and he's just lasering people. And I'm like, just put it up if you're not gonna like.
Yeah.
It's so mad, man.
Kind of coming back to script though. The movie, you mentioned like it feels off for some reason.
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons is it's constantly shifting focus on who it wants to be the main character.
Okay.
Like, it starts He-Man-ish and then kind of transitions into, okay, it's a bit of an ensemble because we're going to focus a little on the dad and the daughter. We're going to do a little
They're-
bit
they're
with
a
the dwarf.
team,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then we hard cut over to the human Earth plot
she
line.
lost her parents and all that, and then they're having to
Like,
separate.
It's just a thing that happens sometimes. These
Okay.
things just happen, he says.
I'm glad you could figure it out because I couldn't figure out what was causing it to be off. But like, yeah, oh my,
Like-
yeah, that's
Because then it wants to shift back to He-Man, but it still wants Courtney Cox to be the main character, but then she goes unconscious, so now the boyfriend
she's
is the main
poisoned.
character.
So then the dude doing the high school gymnasium shows. Oh,
Like, it
that's-
does not know who its own main character is.
Yeah.
It's really bizarre.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, the script was just all over the place.
Oh,
Like,
man.
they were just...
They-
They were winging it.
They had no idea who to put on the poster.
And once
I
again,
mean-
that kind of thing can work. We just watched Life of Chuck. Amazing movie.
Life
Highly
of Chuck
recommend.
was so good.
We'll do a
Chuck?
whole
an old
segment on
movie.
that.
It's like
Oh.
2014, something like that.
2024. It's not that old.
Guys, it's like, I mean, it's so old. And it's like it's
Culture
2
doesn't
years
move
ago.
that fast.
Listen, it's so old.
Anyway, that's a movie that does changing its main character really, really well.
Okay.
I think.
Well, it does it in acts, though. Like,
Yeah.
literal
Yeah.
first,
like-
second,
Like
third
Vantage
act.
Point or something.
I don't know. Vantage point.
Yeah, we'll come back to that later.
Like Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
I've held my cards close to my chest.
Oh gosh.
I've been ruminating on this movie. I don't like it.
2026.
I don't like it. Yeah. I've been trying to like.
That's awesome. You've had so many chances to be like, guys, I didn't really care for it. Not my cup of tea. You've just been Skeletor, and I'm like, okay, so
Because
like,
listen-
One of us, yeah.
Listen, I don't want to cause a ruckus.
you're
I
not
want
gonna cause a ruckus. That's so funny.
I want to give the movie the props that it's due. I think it's a bad movie.
This makes me so happy, dude. We've been high-fiving and all, and you're just over there. I don't want to be here. I don't get what they're talking about. Screw all the dad stuff. It all sucks. Like,
Listen, I want to give my reasoning.
Okay.
please do.
For script and pacing, very specifically, I think the pacing is bad. We're going to get into this in a second because music is next. The music doesn't help with that. But I agree. The intro is way too long. It focuses and meanders on things that end up going nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, he gets transported to Oklahoma City for 15
Hey,
minutes
shout out. Okay, see.
and then leaves.
It's because of the big crowd that is in Oklahoma City that was waiting for this movie.
Thunder just lost, and they were all mad. So like, we gotta get out of
I guarantee you someone, like a writer or something, is from Oklahoma City and was like, I promised my family I'd set it over here.
The fact that OKC is in He-Man makes me love it so much more, and I don't know why. It's
Not
clear.
even from Oklahoma
Listen,
City.
I know, it's clearly an Oklahoma thing. How we get no representation in anything. So the second someone like mentions Oklahoma, it's like hearing a joke about something that you didn't like a show no one.
Yeah.
They don't even have to mention. They just go like, "Yeah, I drove through I-40."
Buddy,
We have an I-40.
buddy, we are so invisible to the rest of the U.S. that when we get mentioned, dude, we just immediately love that thing. And I think you're calling us out on that because you're like, guys, it wasn't good. I'm like, but listen,
They lived here.
there was a comic store in OKC. I'm looking for that store, and it's like, oh my god, like Hayden, it's not. That's so funny.
All right,
Oh,
So,
say your piece.
I think this, for me personally, this was like, I enjoyed a decent chunk of it, especially Skeletor in the moment, but coming away from it 2 days later, I don't remember half of it.
yeah.
It is like an empty calorie movie. It's sugary sweets. You're probably going to remember like how it was at the start. You remember Skeletor.
Yeah.
You're going to go, oh, I love Skeletor. And then you watch it again, and then you come back 2 days later, and you're like, I don't know again.
Yeah. Hey, this was me with the Barbie movie.
Yeah.
I just want a 15-minute Ken cut because that's all I cared about.
Yeah. I think the character arc for Adam is really messy and bad and poorly done.
Okay.
I think I like the scene where he's getting thrown through his past and Skeletor is showing up. That's hilarious. And also just like you were mentioning, I think that's a legitimately good scene for his character development.
I think it's a bigger scene than like people caught,
yeah.
and I feel bad because I'm like, man, like
Well, people came away with his costumes. That's what that scene did. Was
I just love the idea that like I'm not even gonna like physically kill you. I am gonna go to your worst embarrassing moments and just like be a part of those. Like that's fun.
I'm just gonna be the guy that embarrassed
Like
you.
I was like running through my worst moments growing up, just imagining Skeletor being there. That's like, so you peed your pants, huh? That's why you're not gonna beat me. And I'm like, oh,
You suck.
yeah, dang it, man, yeah.
But very specifically, I really, really dislike how they handled Adam's arc.
Okay.
Because it feels like they have a lot of things that they really want to say about like masculinity. Like that's kind of the theme of the movie, right? Is
Okay.
how he perceives himself, both as a person in general, but then more specifically as a man. Like both of these things are really core parts of his character, and I think the movie as a whole is kind of revolving around that. Like Skeletor's whole thing is, I want power, I want manlyhood, just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Just so I can prove I'm the machoist man.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of the subtext there. Man at Arms is the reflection of that. Like on the other side, like he's great. He wants to protect his family. He's awesome. but he doesn't know how to open up about things.
He doesn't know how to be nurturing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because even when he tries to do it for Adam, it doesn't work.
Yeah. And so Adam's, like, it's set up very clearly at the beginning. Like, Adam's arc is going to be he is small and he's not masculine in the traditional sense, as we're going to call it here. And he has to learn how to kind of push past that and go, no, I don't have to be what you were viewing as the traditional masculine thing. Like, I thought what we were going to go for is he's going to get the transformation, which turns him into, like, oh, I'm this big macho. I'm He-Man, the manliest of men. And it is still not enough. And we do kind of get that. But what, like, the one main character trait which we then get from Adam is, like, he wants to talk things out with people. He goes into human resources and, like, that's it. They even mention it, like, that's a legitimate skill. Like, that's still something really good and important that you can do. That's still, like, masculine. You're still nurturing and helping people and protecting people. But there is not a single scene which doesn't play that as a joke. There's not a single scene which takes that seriously and even the scene where he's in the prison and talks to the people.
I beg to differ.
Like, even when he talks to them, he's like, and you're the lady that pushed me in a locker. Like, he doesn't know how to actually connect to people.
Because he doesn't know those people as well as he thought he did.
Yeah,
but
like,
the whole thing about if you're that person, you can communicate. Like, you know how to communicate.
Yeah, the mom even mentions, like, your strength is empathy. Or the sorceress mentions, like, your strength is empathy. So, like, his thing should be, I'm really good at reading people. Even when he reforges the sword and is like, I want to talk to you, Skeletor. Like, I understand we're going for Skeletor's pure evil and can't be talked to. And I enjoy that, too. Yeah. I think a better version of that scene would have been talk to the sorceress, who we have shown again and again is... Yeah, Evelyn. Sorry, I get those two confused.
It's all good.
Yeah.
They do look similar.
Yeah, exactly. They got similar looks. Who we see again and again is being, like, abused by Skeletor and, like, not respected in the way that she obviously wants to be. And you can even make a joke with it there, like, oh, I've had a really bad boss too. Like, you can do something there where He-Man relates to her on a personal level. But, like, if she's the source of a lot of Skeletor's power and things, like, having her turn against him and that being how we beat him, like, we can still we punch him harder and that's how we win. But if the theme of the movie is macho manliness and punching people the hardest is not always the way to win, like the movie is trying to tell us it is, like the sorceress herself tells He-Man it is, to then have the way that we beat Skeletor be, we just beat him up. Like, it doesn't, those things don't mesh as far as the themes go. And I think it's really, like, it has a very mixed and could be taken in a very bad way, like, message that it's going for.
Well, I'd make the argument anything can be taken into a very
anything
bad
can be, but, like,
because, like, you're making points that, like, I mean, they're going over my head because I'm like, oh, I didn't get that. No, I got that.
Yeah.
I mean, even once he came back and had the power, he's like, no, I'm still going to talk to you because he doesn't know that Skeletor is evil just for being evil.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
He doesn't know. Like, and so he's like, I can punch the heck out of you. I'm going to wait a minute. Yeah. And I'm going to talk to you. And
I think that's great. But, like, from a storytelling perspective, you want your hero to be proven right. Otherwise, the message, like, doesn't come across as right.
And I think he was. That's what I'm trying to say is, like, he found out, like, not everyone can be solved the way you want to solve problems.
Yeah, but no one was solved that way, is my issue.
But he at least tried.
Yeah, and I think it's perfectly, I would have loved it still.
I mean, that's the whole Transformers series is what you're seeing with Optimus as Megatron. Mm-hmm. It's constantly him, like, I'm going to give you one more chance. I'm going to give you one more chance. And the argument can be made, like, how many chances are you going to give this guy?
Yeah.
To where, like, in the movie, there's that big climax where, like, he dies in the OG Transformers movie. But, like, I don't know. I hear you with, like, oh, hey, I wanted more of this. I hear all that. But, like, some of the stuff that you're saying we didn't get, I felt like we did. Like, that's why I really liked the movie, because it wasn't just this Conan-esque character where it's like, I can beat anything. Like, because he thought that that's what he needed to do based off of his crappy dad, right?
Yeah. I'm just saying,
then-
like, I think there's a really,
Yeah.
I don't think it's balanced in a very well way. The types of masculinity it's trying to go for, because the only times he really gets to be cool are when he's doing He-Man things, not when he's doing Adam things, which is what the movie is trying to tell us. Like, Adam is cool too. Being empathetic and kind to people is really
Well, see,
cool
you don't
too.
get that from the cartoon. That's why I think the movie did a good job, because the cartoon, the whole time, you're like, Adam's so lame.
I mean, I
know,
don't think
but-
that makes I don't think that makes it better. Like,
Right.
I'm not saying. I'm just defending the people from the 80s in the source material,
that's like being like,
because what you're saying is, hey, deviate from source material.
yeah.
I'm always the guy that's on here saying, oh, they're not looking at source material.
I don't think it's a deviation from the source material. I think it would be because the rest of the movie would be the same, right? It would just be the final act where the whole empathy part would come into play a little bit stronger. So I think the evil.
And you couldn't do that with
Evelyn,
Skeletor.
So
but Evelyn would be
the
a
only
perfect
person-
one that you could do that.
Okay.
So and Skeletor could still come in and be like, stop talking, and then they fight.
Yeah.
But you get this you get a connection with He-Man as the empathetic person, and that didn't happen. And I think that would have actually been really cool. But I think that's part of the thing with this movie is that there was. So you don't have a big connection with He-Man.
Mm-hmm.
So you can pick up on some of these other things that the movie's trying to say. Like for us, I think we're more overwhelmed by like, did you see Trapjaw? Did you see like the sword and how he held it up?
It is
and,
pretty close to the cartoon, yeah. Where
Exactly.
87 was not close to anything.
Yeah.
Right.
So then when you said it was, or one of you said it was actually more based off the toy line
Yeah.
lore.
It's like, oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay, well then I don't know crap about the toy line lore, right?
Yeah.
I've barely watched the cartoon. I don't
Right.
read the comic books.
So when you're not connected to it like that, you
Gotcha.
can you can see it easier as, is this a good movie or not?
Yeah. Because I was just watching it as like a movie.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's a lot of what it is you just don't have that connection. So you're not like amazed by that they did a real life Moss Man.
Yeah.
Or they did or stuff like that. It's just that.
Yeah, because it's very easy for me to say too, like with no connection, like, oh, just deviate from the source material.
Yeah.
Like, but like, you haven't read Dune, so you like don't fully know that.
Right.
But the second Dune movie specifically deviates not a lot, but specifically with how it handles Chani. She's an entirely different character, and
So
she
I've
is
heard-
way better in the movie because of it.
So she's not liked in the book at all.
No, she like is super passive and almost does nothing in the book.
Okay.
And for the movie to like go through with its themes, they had to change Chani into someone who is a skeptic of the Messiah prophecy and everything.
Okay.
Which I think is something that strengthens the movie as a whole, even if it's not accurate to how the source material is.
I don't know. I enjoyed the movie for what it was. It's not best movie of the year. We've joked what we think the best movie of the year is.
Yeah, and like I don't want to trash on you guys enjoying this movie. That's one of the reasons I stay quiet. Is like you guys enjoy.
I think what people miss sometimes is because like we have these fans that like if you say your opinion, you're gonna upset people. I don't really care if people like. I don't know how many times on this podcast I've liked something that like Joe or someone's been like, dude, that's the worst thing, and I'm like, okay, like I'm sorry I like that then. Like I feel bad for the person that didn't like it because I'm like, because they're like, oh, I didn't enjoy that, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, like because you wanted a different movie.
You're like He-Man. We got the empathy.
Yeah,
Huh? Yeah. Gosh dang it.
it's the wig.
I am an empathetic person.
Yeah.
It has gotten me in trouble in real life. But like, yeah, like, so you didn't like that movie? Like, man, hey, like, I think it's funny that you did a whole joke on us about it. Like, so like, why can't I can't be mad? Like, because some of your points you're making, I'm like, oh, I can see that.
Yeah.
And then some stuff maybe I don't agree on, but it's like, what do I know, right? You're like, this is why we're doing this podcast. This is why we have people comment in and whatever. Like, tell us we're crazy for not liking 87.
Yeah.
Like, get on to us. I would rather talk to that person than the three of us agree on everything and we're constantly high-fiving.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
Yeah.
That's not fun discussion. That's not seeing new points. I don't know how many times you guys have swayed me on something because you make a good argument.
Yeah, because
So,
I want to approach things in good faith.
No.
And, like,
So you didn't like the movie? I don't care.
Yeah.
Right, and I think that one of the things when we have these discussions and when one of us does or doesn't like a certain thing,
Yeah.
we're giving our reasons. It's not just I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Why?
Didn't
Because
Didn't like it.
well, that's okay.
I want to have reasoning for
Yeah,
it.
didn't like it.
Right, and and that's what we want to have is have the discussion. Like, okay, well, what's your reasoning?
Yeah.
Okay, I never thought about that. That's cool. I understand. Or, I still don't agree. I thought it was great. I saw it this way because, you guys saw the movie in two different ways. We probably saw it in a different way also.
Yeah, because I didn't have the nostalgic kid connection that you had.
Yeah.
So I'm like in the middle where it's like I have some source material knowledge. And we've talked about this a lot on the podcast. If you love something, you ignore the bad stuff, right? Like, and that's why I think it's fun when someone almost enjoys a bad movie and hates a good one. I'm like that shows that you have a unique taste, that you're not just going with the crowd, that you're not just going. Because I've talked with people that like a movie just because it's popular. And, I've left the movie where everyone's loving Black Widow, and I'm the one guy that's like, I didn't get it.
Yeah.
And so, that's why I'm more sympathetic to, oh, you didn't like it? Don't feel bad about us. Don't feel bad about us. Tell me why you didn't like it, man. And then maybe we, and then, I don't know. I think that makes up a person, what they like.
Yeah.
The Idris Elba take is crazy, but that's bigger than you not liking the movie. But I don't know, man. I'm more comfortable with people disagreeing with me than people agreeing with me, because you never know if those people are doing it because
just to be cool.
Not just that, they're telling you what you want to hear.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, you come off as fake.
Yeah. We're not having a real discussion.
You don't like that movie to be cool. Okay, yeah.
All right, well, let's get to the next category. Because
Tiny pet peeve. I thought he was going to pull the sword out and it was going to be reforged.
I did too.
And I was like, that's so cool. And then it just comes back to
Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, exactly.
He found the power of self-respect.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's such a good move.
Listen, Scott Pilgrim.
Hey,
go watch Scott Pilgrim.
So you guys like Scott? I didn't like that movie.
And you know what? It's okay you didn't like it, man.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a safe space, dude.
It's all right.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna power through these last three.
Boom.
All right,
Except for this one, because this one I want to take time on.
music, score and soundtrack.
Except for we're not listening to that at all. We're yeah. All right. Well, then you go, and then we'll just
Oh, I didn't even vote. 2026.
Yeah. No, we knew.
I vote 2026.
Well, I guess you didn't like.
No, for scripted pacing.
You're right,
2026.
right. Yeah.
so you voted for it, but you wanted to I gotta save
Again,
my
I
peace.
needed
battle
a time
is between the two, and
Lesser two evils. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. All right. Bird.
Okay, so the music and cinematography. Is it?
No, music.
Okay.
I accidentally undid the.
Gotcha.
So, look at what he's doing.
So 1987 was scored by Bill Conti. I love Bill Conti. He did the Rocky movies. He did Karate Kid. He did Blood In, Blood Out, which is crazy to me.
Which is how blood works.
So, yeah, Bill Conti's great. But, man, this was just John Williams.
John Williams at home.
And
Great
it was,
value, John Williams.
It was very disappointing. It starts off with basically the same Superman style of credits. And it's got this Superman-esque score behind it.
It sounds like
everything from the big trumpets to where it calms down, has this little lull, and then builds back up to the trumpets.
It's like in The Simpsons when they can't use the actual music from.
So they gotta get close. Yeah. They're like the whole time they're like, you know what this is like.
You see the font.
Yeah, you know what they ripped the label off, but you know what it tastes like.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
And if they just did the credits, that would have been fine. But it was the credits and the music. Come on.
And then it being
guys,
Star Wars.
Yeah,
honestly, the whole movie did. I was like, I've heard this music before, but I know I haven't.
And even throughout the movie, there was parts in it that were Star Wars-esque too.
Yeah.
Which is still John Williams.
Yeah. I mean,
it was
freaking canon, man.
yeah.
Crazy that Bill Conti can
It's-
emulate that style so like
I mean, Bill
Easily,
Conti's
yeah.
great. He can do it. I'm not surprised that he could do it
You
because
just,
he's great.
You just wish he would have actually just
Done
his own thing.
done his thing.
Yeah, like what could have been, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
a lot of pan flutes.
So anyway, I was disappointed in the score for 87. Now Pemberton,
Buddy.
Pemberton's the goat
Buddy,
of the last
yeah.
year.
I mean, no complaints.
he nailed the theme for sure. Now, did he nail the whole score
Yes.
throughout the whole movie?
Yes. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't think so. I don't think he did. The music was great, but I think
it didn't highlight certain scenes. Like certain scenes.
I think
didn't feel highlighted.
I think it overdid certain scenes.
See,
where-
I feel like certain scenes it didn't highlight. It was just you were playing it to have background music, right?
Yeah.
Like when someone tries to play music while you're playing D&D,
Yeah.
and you're like, "Stop it! There's too much talking going on for that."
Yeah.
Like that's how I felt. Like there was just points where
Yeah,
the
well-
music didn't highlight the scene, so you're experiencing it more.
Yeah.
It was like, "Oh, hey, there's music while we're trying to hold on a second. Like,
Yeah. It was stuff like that. Yeah.
okay,
For me, I noticed more the parts where it was overdone, where it was like, you need to bring that down a little bit because we don't need all that for what's going on in the screen right now.
well, that's why I brought up the D&D thing when it's like, no, we're trying to talk. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. So, but the music itself was great. Pemberton great, and if we're just gonna go off of like the intro music when it started, comparing it, I mean that theme is great. So
I think you're right because like I listened to the soundtrack and like I dig it.
yeah,
Like having it out of the scenes where you're just listening to it, it's great.
yeah,
But I think you're right. I think there was a couple
Within
of
the
scenes where it's
movie.
like,
It felt a little weird mixed up. Like
Yeah.
it's too soft here and it's like really loud over here.
yeah.
but I still digged it.
Oh yeah,
know,
yeah.
I just-
yeah. It was an original score. It didn't sound. It was similar to maybe Ragnarok.
I'd say Love and Thunder.
Yes, yeah, Love and Thunder. Sorry,
Very much like Love and Thunder.
but it wasn't like, oh, is that Love and Thunder? It's just like reminiscent of it, which is
'Cause they
different from that sounds like Superman.
Yeah. It's not them copying Love and Thunder. It's both of those movies pulling from the same sources.
Correct. There you
Like,
go.
Because this Love and Thunder goes way heavier on like the hair band rock opera type sound. This movie definitely has that. Like it has a full guitarist.
Yeah.
But it uses a lot of synths and a surprising amount of piano.
Which I feel like fits the Eternia world.
Yeah.
Where you
yeah.
have this like weird techie, like sci-fi
And
feel, but
fantasy.
it's fantasy. Like
Yeah.
it's everything you would want painted on the side of a van.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, I dig that.
Yeah.
That's why I really liked it.
Yeah.
And even the songs, the real songs that they threw in for the soundtrack purposes. Like I know we're mainly talking about score, but I think 87 didn't actually have soundtrack songs. It was just score.
One scene with Jimi Hendrix in it for some reason.
Okay. I missed it. That's
weird.
probably when I got up to get nachos or something. But
I just like Jimi Hendrix, so it
but
stands
2026 it had good little songs where I was like, "Oh, that was fun," or that cool like
out. The
Queen.
three non-blondes. Yeah, yeah.
Queen, dude. When they're coming out of the, I was like, oh man, like, and so I think music wise, 2026 was a lot stronger.
Yeah.
It wasn't perfect, but man, a lot stronger.
But you just reminded me something with that one scene when they're coming out and there's smoke, right? And then they start coughing. That actually happened in the 87 version.
So they were making a joke
I don't
to
know.
that.
I don't know if they were making a joke to that, but that was a thing. Like during
Because there
some
was
of
a
the
lot of
explosions.
references to 87. Like Lundgren's in it.
He was there,
doing
yeah.
the whole like they clearly were like, well, we got to make fun of the old movie a little
Right.
bit.
Yeah.
Like
Maybe. I don't know, but that was a thing that happened where there was explosions and then
I
and they
would've
couldn't
made-
breathe.
That's funny.
I would have made fun of that.
So.
87.
All right, what do you have to say about the music? Anything else?
Pemberton's awesome. He's one of the
Show
best.
him the tat. The pencil.
Yeah, he's one of the best working composers right now. He continues to prove it. I think most of the scenes that the music doesn't work for me feel more editor and director influenced than Pemberton. Yeah,
And that's what I
could
was trying
be,
to
yeah.
say with when you're listening to just the music not watching the scenes.
Yeah.
Like,
Like-
I dig
Like
it.
like it feels like it was a mandate for the first 20 minutes when he's still a kid for the music to keep going to try to make that seem like it's going faster.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, this is just a really long extended intro, so we need the music to like sweep over it so that it doesn't feel like it's
Which
dragging.
we've talked about how long the intro is.
Yeah,
So,
but I think it just makes it feel more tiring.
Yeah.
You're like, when does this music stop?
Mm-hmm.
But that's I don't know who to blame for that, so
Right.
I can't really fault it. But the music itself, the compositions are awesome.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of like rock stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, for me, like just as music, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
For a soundtrack to a fantasy science fiction movie, heck yeah, that's
yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would think that is going to fall on the director, but you know, they have
Blame him. He's not gonna get mad.
they have a vision of what they want those scenes to feel like and look like, and the overall feel of the movie. So you know,
Yeah.
I think he was going for like keep it moving,
Yeah.
keep the energy up.
Yeah.
Well, cinematography now.
Mm-hmm.
I have since annexed, that's not the right word, directing from this category because directing kind of permeates over everything, as we've kind of learned. Like, everything is a little bit the director's fault.
And we talk about it in almost every category too.
Yeah.
So it's
like just cinematography, how this movie is shot.
I'll go because it's just really easy. It's 2026. It looks great. I like, you know, like, just, you know, we kind of talked about how, like, at certain points, you're like, oh, hey, this reminds me of Thor, and reminds me of, but it wasn't just cut for cut that.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, the fact that 87, I get it confused with Flash Gordon, you know, and that's just how a lot of the 80s stuff looked and felt, right? You know, when you're shooting stuff at night, whatever, they're all going to look the same with that kind of camera, right? There's no sunset shots. There's no, like, they should have done more cinematography in the 81, but like we've already talked about, it's Canon. They didn't give a crap, right? 2026, even though people liked the story, didn't like the story, whatever. Oh, there was a lot of shots where I'm like, that looks cool, that looks dope, that looks like thought out, and so that's why for me it was a fun movie, because it was fun to watch and see these things and like, oh man, like, you know, even the goofy characters like Mechanic, you know, but the cinematography of like the world and stuff, even when they're doing Oklahoma City, of like the office shot feels versus them going into the comic shop and it's like a little dark because he's trying to talk with people or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the statue's illuminated and then it like there's the sword, right? And there's a clear nod to Conan because you even was like, oh, like that's Conan, and I'm like, yeah, it is, you know, like, oh, we're right there, man. And then you were asleep, but we were, you know. But there was a lot of shots where I'm like, oh, hey, like, you know, like they're going through the weird jungle part before they go to Serpent Mountain and all this stuff. Like, it changes. The scenery changes.
Yeah.
Where 87, everything felt like it was like a studio set in like, you know, like Eternia was just a one throne room, or it was the sandy dunes that they used for Star Trek scenes.
Yeah.
And then they used like, and so, I mean, argument can be made about budget, maybe, but I mean, 2026 was just better in my opinion because they clearly did more. Did they do all of it? I don't know, but they did more. So
That is true.
Yeah, I mean, even if it wasn't more, I think it was just done better.
yeah,
It was very dull in the 87. It was dark, you know, sometimes too dark, I think.
yeah,
They did what they could because part of it was budget, especially that final fight scene where it was just lights flashing
oh yeah.
with different colors.
They go to fight, and then like the mood changed because it's like now you have power, but I got power. And
But there's also reason for that too. Yeah, they did what they could with their budget for that particular scene.
yeah,
The 2026, like the colors were vibrant. You know, the way that the everything changed when he was in the office, where it was really dull feeling, like kind of washed out.
Or then when they went to the Undercity hideout, it felt very like rebel-esque, like on Terminator 2, where they're like living underground. Like, yeah, like.
Yeah, they did a good job with all the lighting and setting up of the scenes in those. Now the CGI in a lot of places was not great.
They CGI'd a lot.
Yeah,
Like,
a
there
lot
was-
of green screen.
Like
And not all the green screen was great. There's, for the most part, it was passable.
yeah.
But there was some scenes that was like, that's not that good looking.
That's
But-
why I said I don't think it was top. It was better. It was
Right.
better.
Yeah.
Like
And like you said earlier, we can let go of certain things if you enjoy the movie. Those things don't take over. So bad CGI, it doesn't matter. The movie was fun,
Yeah.
and that's what mattered. So if it looked fake in some areas, yeah, we're watching a He-Man movie. There's no real Eternia. Of course,
Like-
it's gonna look fake.
Like, look at Love and Thunder. If that was a better done movie, the bad CGI, no
It
one would
wouldn't
have
matter.
even noticed.
Same thing with Flash.
But because the movie was bad, then you start looking for stuff, and you're like, oh, the floating head kid looks so bad. And it's like, yeah, because they didn't care.
Yeah.
Yep.
But then you look at like Infinity War and that one shot of Bruce Banner's head and the Hulkbuster,
Oh yeah.
and you're like, that looks awful. But I don't even remember
doesn't.
But
that
it's
shot.
Infinity War, yeah.
Yeah.
Are they going to win? Are they going to
Yeah.
lose? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think we're all voting
2026.
2026.
2026?
I don't even have a lot of notes. Just like, I do actually really love the final battle in the original movie between Skeletor and He-Man.
That was a lot better than it should have been.
Yeah, like
Very Luke versus Vader.
yeah. I mean, yeah,
now that you've made that point,
yeah.
like,
The
I'm seeing
inspiration
it,
is
yeah.
obvious, but like the
I can't unsee it now.
yeah, the silhouettes, them finally spending the money for a sword choreographer, the flashing lights, like it looks really cool.
It would have
to
been
me.
so funny if like they're about to have the final fight and then he puts it up and pulls out a gun and it's like,
like
He-Man,
the,
he's
like the Indiana Jones bit.
All right, so
That is my favorite
I-
scene out of both movies. I think. I'll
oh
say,
wow,
Flip.
another hot take.
is that fight?
Oh, no.
Yeah. I like the final fight with in 2026. I thought that was cool. The slow motion, like punching him in the
It is
gut,
that
going
is
up,
cool. Because
right cross.
I will say, the fight scenes in 2026 are really well done. I really love that they don't go for random energy blasts and they don't go for super cutty close-up shots and shaky cam. Like
They're not trying to do the fast-paced Daredevil fights.
yeah, they're trying to go for cartoony,
Yeah.
bombastic. Let's have the camera like go down the length of his mace as he draws it, and then like
Yeah.
smash the guy's head.
Easy.
I get really into it.
Yeah,
No, I really liked it.
yeah, and so in '87, Blade, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was actually the choreographer.
Really?
Bro.
He was the one teaching Lundgren how to use the sword.
Good for
Didn't-
him.
It didn't work.
That's why they had him.
Didn't work.
No, it did. But I
So
think.
when he said, I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
That
he
was
said-
the reference.
Yeah, he was like...
But I think again, it's because they didn't have a lot of time. They're just rushing through it.
So they legitimately put that guy in a suit, came up with the name Blade. It was just... That's so funny.
Yeah.
To be like, everyone sucks so bad, they pull the trainer. It's like, we're making a character for you. Why? We need something in this scene. It sucks.
Yeah.
That's bad.
And then the other thing with the final fight, so they ran out of money at the point where they clash the sword and the scepter, and it sparks. That's the end of the movie. But since it wasn't a real ending, they managed to get some more money to finish and have a final fight. So that's why it changes where you have the lighting in the background, because they just brought him back and put him in the room that
If that movie would have ended with them just clashing weapons, and then
would have been cool.
no, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Me either.
No, again, we've already established you can disagree
No, it's whatever you
because
want.
that's what I'm doing. I'm
Whatever you
clearly
want.
the one disagreeing. That's just I don't know. I would have been like, what? And then to have an end credit scene like you said, I would have been like,
Okay, that wouldn't have made any sense.
I'll be back.
so you did shoot another scene, but you ended on. I'm like, dude, yeah,
Actually, I think they did that scene at that time too.
okay, good.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Because they were so confident after needing to
Buddy,
get more
yeah.
money.
They're like, hey, cancel that Spider-Man film. There's no way this isn't getting 4 more sequels.
Yeah.
Well,
It-
final
it was-
final category.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's go.
Set and world design.
We've kind of already talked about this.
2026.
2026. Yeah.
It's
Let's go.
1987.
87 was 3 sets.
But they were real sets.
Because they didn't even pay to use that school.
But they
just-
used some practical sets in
That is-
26.
That is
OKC, man. I looked it up.
Okay, see, it's a real place.
Yeah.
true. Imagine that.
Whoa.
Oklahoma turns out is a real state.
I've been on that freeway. Yeah.
Yeah, I just like how the worlds look in 1987 more.
Anything
I
that
like
we-
the practical effects. It has a certain charm to me that I understand it's an entirely different art form from CGI. I think CGI gets massively overhated. It is obviously really well used here
Wait,
with
hold on.
Skeletor.
I take that back. I'm for practical effects. Sorry. Why did I do that? In my mind, I was like, oh, hey, amen, brother. And then I was like, wait, no.
No, listen, I love practical effects. I just think CGI is animation done by extremely talented people who need to be recognized for that. They're just also a massively exploited people that can't put out good work very
Okay,
consistently.
I'll high five
Right.
that. We'll keep the high five.
Yeah, because you were saying Skeletor, he's CGI. He looks great.
amazing.
perfection.
Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing.
Or his face, anyway.
Yeah, a lot of people just don't know how to use that art form very well.
They don't have enough time. They get pushed too fast, all that
yeah,
stuff.
they want to do it for cheaper.
A lot of breaks in the day.
They get the guys right out of college.
Yeah, exactly.
Kids have soccer.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got a new program.
Yeah.
yeah. But like physically building the entirety of the throne room in the Castle Grayskull. One of the things I learned is that the set designer like put thought into the lore of how he designed everything. He's like, oh, all the bottom are going to be the demons who have held the power. At the top are the gods who created Eternia and how they held the power. Because
Is that
power,
why Grayskull is like more elongated in 87?
Yeah, because he wanted it to
Because
represent.
I like the old school look of it actually just being the castle in the new one.
Yeah,
But it did look cool. I just, the fact that I knew what Grayskull looked like,
yeah.
I think that's why I
I
didn't
mean,
like
gray,
it.
it's a big gray skull.
Right. I think
That
that's-
is cool too.
I think that's why I didn't like it. But if I didn't know that, I think 87 would look cooler just because it's like it's not like anything else.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
You know, because what's more of a menacing castle? Something that's wide and looks strong or whatever, but something that's like elongated. Like
Yeah.
you look at like
big tower.
yeah, anything that's elongated and what it has these sharp points, or it's like, oh man, that's supposed to look bad. That's supposed to look bad. Which Grayskull's supposed to look good for some reason. It's weird that they have a giant skull, but they're like, no, good guy. That's Grayskull. It's good.
But the
Skeletor, who has the face of a skull, bad.
That's bad.
And it's like, are they connected? No. So as a kid, I thought
Pure coincidence.
As a kid, I thought they were connected.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, like He-Man's always like fighting
Yeah.
Skeletor, and then you grow up and realize, no, Skeletor's fighting He-Man. Like they're the people that occupy this,
Yeah.
and he's the evading force. And so it's very weird because it's like y'all's representation is his face,
Yeah.
but you're fighting him.
Yeah.
Okay.
The 87, there's a lot of matte paintings in it. It's not just practical effects. There's actual paintings. All right.
Well, shall we tally up points?
Yeah, count them up. Let's see who won.
Just give one for 87, just
1987.
because.
Oh, hold on. I got to do my category. This might
Okay.
shift everything.
Uh-oh.
This might make the shift. So now that we know all the backstories of each movie and
yeah.
Which
Where
movie
they
had
came
more
from.
Israeli influence?
This was the secret category that Bird teased but didn't want to tell
no,
us.
well, it's gonna be. This is a minus point. So
Which one had more Israeli influence?
So whoever we vote for, we gotta stop saying it. So whoever we vote for, that's minus points.
it's a minus point.
Okay.
And
Is it
this is
minus
it's just a for fun
one?
category because and we actually don't know.
I hope y'all enjoy this.
we actually don't know what happens with
The
with
build
mess-
up to this, if it doesn't blow y'all's minds,
It's we're it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be perfect because
okay.
even the category is.
If
is
not, I'm gonna end it with Skeletor quotes, so it doesn't even matter.
okay,
So
cool.
like we got it
So-
out. Don't worry.
we're gonna vote which one based on everything that's happened so far and what we know of 87. What was the bigger flop? Was it 87 with canon, but they all the things that they did?
I
or
think
with
this
what-
current one is probably flopping harder. Just because in terms of budget, like it has a huge budget.
Budget is huge, but but people are liking this movie, so it's a flop as far as in the theater so far. Who knows? Maybe this weekend is gonna go up because there's a lot of people that are talking about it, and it's getting good scores. It might go up. Hopefully, it does because I want to see the sequel.
I think right now, 2026, in years, give it a couple years, 87.
That'll be the bigger flop.
I think God
as far
forbid,
as the culture goes.
God forbid, if 2026 does bad, doesn't get a sequel, whatever, it's going to be talked about like the Power Ranger remake, where people actually, we would have liked to have seen that kind of get some traction, and then we're going to be like, our bad for not watching it. Like I think if it does fully flop, so I don't know how to vote because like in my heart I know 87 is the worst movie.
Yeah, that is.
But I know the way movies cost now, it could hurt. This movie flopping could hurt worse.
Right.
So then it would be the bigger flop.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I thought it was.
This is hard to answer, like because one has had years to suck. One has had 1 week to suck.
Yeah.
I mean, my whole life has been rough, but also I've had some good weeks. You know? So it's like, it's hard to judge off that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I feel like, even, like, I think this is going to be one of those movies where we're going to be like, oh, hey, I would have been nice to see that kind of get continued.
Yeah.
Because now, I mean, if a movie doesn't blow mine's first movie, then, like...
First weekend?
Yeah, like... Well, not even first weekend, first movie.
Okay.
They'll immediately cut it. They're like, oh, we're not selling toys. We're not selling... Boom, you know? Because then you have stuff like K-pop, which was never planned to be big. And then it became so big that they were like, crap, we don't have toys. We don't have... Because they didn't think. They didn't think people would be obsessed with this. And so I feel like this is going to be one of those things where, like, even if it doesn't do good right now, we're going to regret, I think, supporting it. If it gets cut. It could do bad and still not get cut. We've seen stuff do bad, and they keep doing it. Like, so
Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think in my core, I know 87's the worst movie. I think if this one does flop, though, it's gonna be felt more. Right?
That's why I think it's interesting.
Because Masters of the Universe isn't what killed canon. Like, there was a lot of things that killed canon, right? So,
because the thing is, the 87, it was a flop, but it's kind of treasured by a lot of people now.
Which is, I mean, who are you talking to? I have yet to meet someone that's like, hey,
let me pull up.
They open in their chest.
Let me pull up.
People
This
who
is
were
my
8 when the
treasure.
movie came out.
Yeah, people who are 8.
Yeah, maybe so. But I think it's a legitimate cult classic. It's falls into the category of so bad it's good.
What's he talking?
So,
Who are you talking to?
Let us know in the messages.
You didn't even like the movie, and you're being crazy right now. You are being crazy right now. You're like, there's a huge fan base, and I'm like,
This is why we can like be fine you liking the movie and me not, is because we all hate the original one.
and Bird's over here, there's so many of us, and I'm like, there's not.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah.
The Room Upstairs podcast. Look us up. Talk with us. Give us your thoughts on these movies. And we'll see you next time for the Manchurian
good
Candidate.
journeys. Good journeys.
Good journeys.
That's fandom for you.
Just about the Canon Studio
Oh,
film
yeah.
group.
You were... Okay, yeah.
Because if you guys don't know the story behind Canon Studios, which they're the ones that produced the Masters of the Universe along with a bunch of other movies, it's so interesting. And you got to go look up videos on YouTube. There's a documentary called Electric Boogaloo.
That's not the name I would have gave the documentary.
Well, okay, so
Is it
I
a
would have called
sequel?
it Is It Canon? You know?
hey, that's
That's
good.
solid.
Guys,
That's
I'm
actually really
amazing
solid.
with names. Yeah. Electric Boogaloo. Like,
So they released a movie called Breaking Electric Boogaloo.
Oh yeah, that's
So-
where that title joke comes from. It's a sequel.
Right, it was a sequel. So that's part of it. It's Electric Boogaloo, like and then there's like a subtitle. I don't remember what it is. But anyway,
No,
it's like
that is the subtitle. Of whatever Electric Boogaloo is the subtitle.
of the movie Breaking.
Yeah.
Electric Boogaloo is the name of the documentary.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
It's called Electric Boogaloo. Canon makes all these crazy films, and it's wild.
Yeah.
something like
That's
that.
a long title. Something like that. That's the end of the title.
Something like that.
Something like that.
But these guys were wild. I mean, it's a couple of cousins from Israel that were just like, "You got a movie? Let's do it," and they would do the movie. If they were like, "You got an idea? All right, let's do a movie."
Let's find the money
and
for it. Yeah.
that's exactly what they
They're
did.
the Middle
They
Eastern
would-
princes that
they
are
would go-
scamming people.
They would go and shop the movies with just posters. Like there's no script, no actors, nothing. They would hire somebody to do a poster, and then one of the guys would just make up the story. He's like, "Hey, I got this new movie," and based on whatever's on the poster, he'd be like, "It's gonna be this and this and this.
Yeah.
What do you think?" And they're like, "Yeah, sounds good." And then they would make the movie. But like all kinds of crazy stuff like that. But the crazy part too is
The thing
that
is that
they
Go ahead.
actually did do some good movies.
Bloodsport, right?
They did do Bloodsport, but they also changed a lot of the way that Hollywood worked with paying actors, because they got Stallone to do a couple movies. Probably so it was Cobra and the famous Over the Top movie.
Dude, Over the Top?
Like they were banking on Over the Top to be the next big thing.
Listen, all they would have to tell me if I was an exec is just, we did Over the Top. I'd be like, how much money do you want? So I get it. Because here I am like, they got it with just a poster. They come in with, so we just finished Over the Top and now we're trying to do it. I'm like, yes.
Yeah. Here's my
Greenlit.
See if Courtney Cox wants to jump in.
But the thing is, they paid Stallone the most anybody's been paid at the time. So once people found out about that,
They were coming to him with droves, too. Like, everyone wanted to be in their movies.
Well, I don't know about that.
If I found out they were paying the most,
Right, but the actual quality of product that they were putting out.
people
So
care about quality.
they were putting out anywhere from 10 to 30 movies on average per year. So the most that they put out in a year was like 40 plus movies, which is crazy
And
because
that was 87, wasn't it?
no, it was a
'Cause you
different
told
year.
me the
87
year.
they did 30
Two, I think?
32 movies in
That's
87
still crazy.
when He-Man came out.
Like,
So they topped that.
Like, in my mind, that's already a lot of movies for a year. But that's a lot for a company to
The
make
average
by
studio
itself.
puts out 7 movies. So for them to just be slanging these movies was wild. Like nobody did that. But they did change how actors got paid, because everybody was like, hey, if they can pay this much money for what they're doing,
Yeah.
you can pay me more money. So like they changed the scale of what actors get paid. They revolutionized the VHS market, because they were putting out so many movies that the stores were like, yeah, we'll take the movies, and people were just renting the movies, and like they basically were funding the VHS stores with their movies. And they did give Chuck Norris a movie where he became Chuck Norris, and Jean-Claude Van Damme with the movie Bloodsport. 'Cause if it wasn't for that movie, we wouldn't know him yet.
No.
So like they legitimately made stars, and they legitimately made money off of a lot of movies.
Yeah.
But they also made so many movies that didn't make money that eventually they ended up folding. But I mean, it's just such a interesting story that they have. I've watched I don't know how many videos, and I watched that documentary, and I'm still like, there's so much more here.
It's just
There's so much more that is happening that they haven't talked about yet.
At an age where we see a lot of companies make movies where, like, you'll have these favorite names where you're like, oh, like A24 is doing this movie. I know it's going to be good, but it's going to be weird. It's going to be like, to imagine at a time when you almost couldn't do that with this company. But then you're still just like, I know, but they did Bloodsport. Like,
Yeah.
this movie's got to be great. And then you're leaving it like, why'd we watch that?
Yeah. So when they did He-Man Masters of the Universe in '87, they were also working with Christopher Reeve and doing Superman 4: The Quest for Peace.
The best one.
So here's another fun fact about that, right? So they were doing those two movies simultaneously, along with 28 other movies or whatever, 30 other movies.
Yeah.
But they were also going to do the first live-action Spider-Man.
I did know that. Yeah.
So
Is this when Michael Jackson was trying to buy the rights? to be Peter Parker?
I know Michael Jackson was around at that time.
Because I remember
And he
hearing
did
that
visit
story.
their studios.
He loved Spider-Man so much, the comic book, that he wanted to buy it so he could be Spider-Man in the movie. I remember it.
Well, that promo stuff that we see of the old Spider-Man that never came out is from that. So
Michael Jackson is Spider-Man.
This movie was in like full production. I do know this.
But the
story.
reason that, so you know why it didn't come out?
Yeah,
Because of He-Man and Superman.
they bombed when they expected them to be.
And so they
huge
pulled
hits.
Spider-Man?
And so they,
so-
they had sets built for Spider-Man. They had a script written and everything. And
It was in production, yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, all these other movies were also in production, and all of them were getting funded somehow. But this was in '87, so they was like near the end of where people are like, yeah, we're not giving these guys money anymore. So they were lacking the funds, so they started stripping back on the movies that were in production. So Superman was supposed to be like a $30 million movie, and they're like, nah, we can't do that. And so they made it a $17 million movie. And that's why the effects are so horrible in Quest for Peace. And same thing with He-Man. It was going to be a bigger budget, and they stripped it back.
They didn't even finish filming.
They took money from the Spider-Man production to finish those movies. And since they bombed, well, Spider-Man didn't have a movie anymore.
I would have loved to see, like,
Canon Spider-Man.
them using the costumes and stuff from Spider-Man and He-Man.
Yeah.
Like, that spider guy, like, one of the villains.
It's
You're
the
like,
Goblin.
You're like, that's Spider-Man.
The Emerald Goblin.
So that brings us to Cyborg. Have you seen that movie?
What?
You haven't seen Cyborg?
The DC character?
No. It's another Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. So, you know, we see at the end of He-Man that they wanted to do a sequel.
Oh, yeah. There's an end credit thing, because you were
Yes.
like, did you see it? I was like,
Okay.
dude, the second I knew it was over, I turned it off, because
Yeah.
I was like, I'm done with this.
I'm telling you, dude, end credits were not a thing, right? But Canon, for whatever reason, they did an end credit. They had no plans, no actual, you know, nothing for a sequel. But they're like, hey, why don't we do this thing at the
Yeah.
end of the movie? And now everybody does that. It's wild.
Were they the first ones to do it?
They were, yeah. I mean, I
Don't
don't know.
say
If they
yeah,
were,
because I'm going to look it up if you're
you can
wrong.
look it up. I don't
interested
know
in the
that they're the
history of
first
that,
ones.
yeah.
I don't know that they're the first ones, but they were definitely pioneering that.
Okay.
But so they wanted to do a He-Man part 2. They had some, I think they did have some,
Stinkor, man.
yeah, they had some part of a script or something ready. And when they bombed, they did Cyborg. They took the script from the sequel and turned it into Cyborg, the movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Is that why Skeletor's in?
Yeah, there's a lot of characters that are similar. The feel of it, the scenery, it's very similar to this Masters of the Universe movie. So that'll be the end
I
of.
feel like we have to watch that.
That'd
now.
be the end of my
No, we
rant
don't.
for Canon right now.